All right, what's up, everyone? Emma from back for another reaction. Back for another live stream. What are you playing? I was just playing a free non-copyright song called Cypher. I'm probably gonna start doing that from now on, just to make sure I can hold people's attention until I get to the video. Instead of playing a game right now, I'm gonna react to one anime hater versus 20 anime fans. Let's get it.
I'm Max, and welcome 20 anime lovers versus one anime hater. I think anime is for kids. They say like
100%. Saying anime is for kids is 100%. You do not know what you're talking about whatsoever. When you automatically, every anime hater is a noob when they say that, because it automatically tells you you don't know what you're talking about. Spirit, what's your favorite Vocaloid song? I don't know. I think Triple Baka.
I'm already really intimidated looking into your eyes. How can anime be for kids if there's lots of boobs in it? Yep.
That's a Wait, but they kind of have boobs in Studio Ghibli movies, though. But not, they don't show them, but you know, you can notice that they're there. Animes for kids, hentai allow us to introduce ourselves. Exactly.
Come on, guys. Guys, you know, that was good.
That one. I don't think we want kids seeing boobs, right?
We don't want kids seeing boobs? Dude, literally kids entertainment is filled with tits. What do you mean? What do you mean? Kids entertainment is already filled with tits.
What's your name?
Matt.
Max. Nice to meet you.
Hentai.
That's the biggest thing. Like, animes for kids. Yeah, but hentai exists.
Is hentai for kids?
Is hentai anime?
Hentai is.
Yes, actually, hentai is. Oh, wait. My camera froze. My camera froze. But yes, actually, he's asking, yo, is hentai even anime? Yes. Hentai is just a. It's like it's basically like P-Corn. You know, the adult website. It has adult content, but it's like that's just a version of viral content. Hentai is, yes, it's not anime itself, but it's a version of anime, so it does fall under anime. I predicted it for you.
If you, hentai is anime fan, want
It does.
hentai to represent your whole genre?
What? Wait, what did he say?
Hentai is anime.
Anime fan,
Anime fan, a fan
want
wants.
hentai to represent
We want hentai whispers. No, but what? He's just twisting the words around. His claim is that anime's for kids, and this guy say like, "What about hentai? Hentai's anime." And he tries to say, "You want hentai to represent all anime?" He didn't say that. He's just trying to prove a point how you're wrong that anime is not for kids. Or let's say not just for kids. Kids can watch anime, yes, but it's not just for kids. And that's what these haters are trying to say, like, oh, anime is just for kids. No, it's not. For example, hentai. Does hentai represent all anime? No, but it's an example of why it's not just for kids.
your whole genre, then you be my guest. But
Bro, this anime hater off the bat is twisting words.
The question is
Hentai when just goes, dang.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
all right, what's your name?
My name is Reed. Nice to
Max.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Reed. I just think of Reed Richards anime. Anime is overrated. No. It's over exaggerated for entertainment wise, but overrated. You would need to give reasons why you think it's overrated. Cause then, saying it's overrated is like saying anime's for kids. It's said with ignorance. You don't actually know what you're talking about. I know that for a fact because I watched anime for years, and hearing that is, and I automatically tell you, you don't know what you're talking about, honestly. You actually think you know what you're talking about, but you actually don't. I don't watch anime, but I like the art style. Also, get out of here, Mushu. For real. Like, no, they can stay, but it's like, we're reacting to, like, anime fans, debating against a hater, so, like, I don't care if it's the same thing goes in my chat. It's like this, it's what the video's about, too, so I don't care. Just messing with you, huh? I'm watching so leveling at the moment. Oh my god, you troll me real good. I gotta hand it to you. I gotta hand it to you. You troll me really good.
Intellectual level that is new. First of all, because a lot of anime are made at an intellectual level that is not for kids at all.
Unless you're watching Studio Ghibli, which is like, it's family friendly. It's like, you don't need to be a kid to watch it, but it's safe for you.
Not for children in
True.
its themes.
Yeah, so it's difficult to define an entire genre as content that is just childish, right? And I'm not trying to make that argument with anime.
You were just telling me what do you mean? You just said anime is for kids. It's on the top. It's on the top left of the screen. It's on the top left of the screen, chat. He said anime is for kids. He's like, I'm not trying to define all anime. Then why did you say it then? Why did you say it then? You're just a man now. You're just rage baiting. You're just a rage baiter. how did we go from someone just saying hentai is to a full-on explanations?
No,
I
I
think
don't
you can
think
take
are.
content from anything that's not live action, that's stop motion, that's animated, and say there's some that's for kids and some that's not for kids.
Then why did you say anime's for kids? And now he's backpedaling, bro. Now he's backpedaling. He's taking these pedals and going backwards like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't mean it like that. Then why did you say it? Yes, you did. You did mean it like that. You did. If not, you shouldn't have said it. Plain, blank point, period. Why did you say something you weren't gonna back up? Just admit you lost it.
And the content itself. My argument is less so about the storylines and the plots, and less so the way anime presents itself.
So
as
more
media.
about the physical.
As mid, what? Where's he getting at this? What's so different?
Like,
Well, right,
what you're
because
seeing.
my argument is that anime is very overly stimulating and appealing to the eye when you look at the way characters.
It's exaggerated for a storyline. That doesn't make it for kids. Literally, do you think anything? Okay, that's why I'm saying everything made for adults is goddamn boring. No, it's not. Deadpool exists. You don't see a kid watching Deadpool, do ya? He's like, oh, it's in your face, all flashy, all that stuff. Okay, fine. Then let's make everything that's like for teenagers and adults 100% boring. Is that what he wants? Is that the argument he's trying to make? Like, bro, it's there for entertaining wise. It's not just for kids. It's good. He's saying, in my opinion, right now, he's saying, oh, it's entertaining and it catches your eye, so it must be just for kids. You're an idiot. So basically, all the adult all the stuff that you can only watch for adults, you're saying that's just boring as hell, and that nobody should care. That only flashing in your face stuff, and entertaining stuff should only be for kids. If it's entertaining, it can't be for teenagers or adults. Yeah, screw those people. That makes no sense.
Present themselves in the way that
Tell me your favorite anime, Tokyo Ghoul, and I swear to God, if you say any shit, I'm just gonna 100% ignore you. I heard all the hate for Tokyo Ghoul's anime. There's nothing, literally nothing you can say at this point that I haven't heard, and it's the hate for Tokyo Ghoul is 100% forced at this point. 100% forced. You cannot tell me otherwise. No one actually hates Tokyo Ghoul. Unless, like, they're forcing themselves to just to fit in a crowd. And the reason why I say this is because I see it so many times. I see the exact same, reasons on why it's bad and stuff. It's just annoying.
visuals are.
It's
And I think
extremely
that something
repetitive.
Like that's so stimulating is much more easy and catching to a child's brain. It's something that is there for a child to.
You're basically calling everyone around you a kid then. This guy's basically just saying that everyone around him is a kid. What the
Pay
hell?
attention to and be stimulated by in a way that someone who's older as an adult can give more knowledge to an actual plot line might not care as much about. And for that reason,
I can understand what he's saying, but then you're surrounded by anime fans, people who love this stuff. You're exactly talking about the flashiness, the eye-catching stuff. You're saying, oh, that's mainly just for, like, kids or how you explain. But then at the point, you're just saying everyone around you is just a kid. Not an anime, but Avatar: Last Airbender. Wait, you actually understand that that's not an anime? Do you know how many times I've heard people who don't watch anime some reason claim that Avatar: Last Airbender is an anime, which is literally Avatar: Last Airbender. Just for anyone who doesn't know, Avatar: The Last Airbender is not an anime. It's a cartoon. It does seem exaggerated, and our style looks similar to anime. It has has inspirations from anime, but it's not anime. It's not. Anime haters when an anime has a light bulb. Yeah.
I think it's childish.
So you think that more of the visual, the color representation, and more like from the art base
Yes.
is what is causing it
Yes,
to be
because
childish?
adults don't need that. But
Okay.
What do you, okay, what job do you have? An office? What do you watch? Like, this guy sounds boring. This guy sounds boring. He said, "Oh, adults, teenagers and adults don't need to watch it." I'm like, "Oh, so you must be watching some boring then."
But kids will get into that more so, and
Okay.
it'll keep them hooked.
I raise you on that.
Holy
I raise you
size!
on that because there's also things. Think of like if you were to
I thought most people knew Avatar: Last Airbender was an anime. Oh, would I tell you this? You'd be surprised how many times I heard people either who watch anime or don't watch anime thinking some reason that Avatar: Last Airbender was an anime. And I honestly, I can see why at first why they would think it's an anime, but it's a misunderstood and it's not an anime. It's a cartoon.
put
And
a show
like I
on
said,
for a kid,
I watched
they're
anime
more
for
likely to
over
enjoy
5 years. I
a
should
Marvel
know.
movie than if you put on, say, they're more likely. Also, things. Think of like if you were to.
So, and
Okay.
it'll keep them hooked.
I raise you on that. I raise you on that because there's also things. Think of like if you were to put a show on for a kid, they're more likely to enjoy like a Marvel movie than if you put on, say, just because it's right here, Evangelion. Because a lot of shows are slow starters. The anime.
Don't acknowledge the flag.
Yeah. Nah, we're good. I'm listening to
The
you.
animation is there for a reason, but in not all aspects of it are there to present to children. Like there are more not like sexualized art styles, but there are more mature art styles that aren't necessarily made to appeal to kids. Like the Junji Ito series that they did is very.
Oh my god. Inazume or whatever, the one with the image in the middle with the girl with the spiral on her head. I would not show that to a kid on my life. That is, it's such a, it messes with your mind. I wouldn't show that to a kid. Can I date this woman?
Very art-based
Hey,
and not more.
whatever you
on
want,
that
I don't
kind
know,
of
it's- that's
wave
up to
where
you,
there's,
don't ask me.
Project Ito's works are very more adult-themed and more adult, like animated at like a higher level that's not made to appeal to children or even.
And there's animes that literally you have to actually think deeply on that are philosophical. I mean, example, I'm not sure. Here's an anime that I'm not sure a kid would honestly watch because it's not honestly going to be sparky in the face, and definitely the storyline is going to be sparky to the face, and that's Death Parade. I don't think like the average kid is going to go out of their way to watch Death Parade because it has some themes in it that's like can get you to think. I've watched animes that are basically get you to think that can be philosophical. Would you really get your kid to watch something that's philosophical? If you want to, sure, but you'd have to help explain it to them because it's an anime with philosophy is a deep thinker.
And shows that aren't done in a color grade that would even appeal to people with shorter attention
Of course,
spans.
and I think there are plenty of examples throughout the genre where you're going to find different levels of artistic representation.
Okay, I feel like he's so far accepting that he has so far, at least, I think he already, was proven wrong, but he's still trying to explain himself. Though I feel like I hope he might be saying that he's gonna accept that he lost this argument. Even if it's a guy mama didn't raise no critter.
But my point is
Hey,
when you
let's
look at children's
go.
shows across the boards, oftentimes we're not representation. But my point is when you look at children's shows across the boards, oftentimes we're not looking at just plain old live action shows, right? There's something there, whether it's the outfits or the animations or the color, right? That is a very common trope we see in kids shows throughout media, and that is something that is consistent throughout the entire genre of anime, which is why it's easier for kids.
Pause. That's 10 flags.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, you did good.
I think that was pretty. That was a pretty good conversation. That was a pretty good conversation. Round of applause! Round of applause! Round of applause! A pretty good conversation.
3, 2, 1.
That guy died. Nobody was doing it. That guy's literally showing how much passion he wanted to do this. Salute to him.
Manny?
Femboy, or they're back and about to look like a wormhole. Oh.
Max, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Going to what I was hearing earlier about outfits. So a lot of the times If it's not, of course, like clearly like weirdly like over-sexualized stuff that kind of comes up here and there.
About 67% of anime include some fan service, such as suggested scenes or revealing outfits to attract and entertain viewers. They're trying to get gooners. They're trying to get like kids that are turned teenagers and teenagers that's starting to have the sex drive, and obviously adults who have that sex drive to watch and stuff. And a lot of times that's like both genders, female and males. Don't let any females try to say, oh, it's just males. No, it's you guys too. Don't lie. I don't want to see a single female out there lie. Y'all have exactly the same amount of sex drive as guys. You guys just hide it. That's, from what I've seen in my lifetime, is that females have just as much amount of sex drive, and maybe possibly more. They just hide it. They hide their pervert side pretty well. And some reason judge men for having one too. I don't know why they judge.
In anime is not for children at all.
An entire cave system, even. I'm clapping it. Oh, I'm.
Oh, I'm not here to say that that's for kids. Let's make that very clear, everyone.
Right, but certain exaggerated clothing, kind of like maybe like My Hero, like a bunch of crazy outfits to kind of show off their powers and stuff like that, right? Part of like a more mature side of what's going on in these shows. Not to say that that one is, but a good example to say that there are media that have like plain clothing styles and a more deep,
like a slice of life anime. That's what straight up has a plain clothing style. What's the type? Oh, I mean, let's say maybe Fruits Baskets. That has a plain clothing style. They don't have any like poppy in it. It's just clothes style. Or maybe you can watch a anime that is basically about type of kids going to school. They don't have like very flashy clothing. This shit gonna get me banned again? Oh no.
The manga, Goodnight Poon Poon, a good example. Things like that, which is not made for children for sure. The reason why it's not for kids is because that story kind of depicts many of these kind of ideologies in a really like bizarre way. More so kind of like internal trauma, like a lot of profanity, violence, themes of assault, which of course should not be displayed in any way to a child. Its target audience not only being for adults, because it's not a book made for kids, clearly.
Sure.
Even when you go to a Barnes & Noble, you'll see
But I
it
just
filled up
realized-
for adults.
I realized there's someone that's dressed in a maid dress with a biker helmet. I don't know if you can see on shorts though. It's kind of
Even when you
funny.
go to a Barnes & Noble, you'll see it sealed up by the plastic because
So,
there are things in it that you don't
Just
want
out of
for kids.
curiosity, what do you think is more traumatizing and harmful to a
Pause.
child?
Let me get the point across before I fly too close to the sun. I'm bi and I like femboys and tomboys. Oh, that's fine.
In it that you don't
Just out
want
of
I don't blame
curiosity,
you.
what do you think is more traumatizing and harmful to a
Pause.
child?
That's 10.
for- Okay.
Can we finish?
Okay.
I'm not here to argue that those are concepts that children should be exposed to a lot or that are even for kids, right?
Right.
But what I will say is that anime as a genre is confined to its artistic expression, the way it's visually presented, right? And I guess I would ask you then, if you had to pick your child to see a violent act being performed on someone or whatever inappropriate thing it is, would you rather have your child see that from live action cinema or from an anime?
Alright, cut.
No, wait, that's a good question. Huh. Okay, I never heard an anime hater say that before. That's that's a good question. I don't know about that. Now the above, a matrix and a biker helmet is wild for being in the YouTube video. There's a guy in the background with a mask like I'm wearing, but his has a smile on it. It's
Thank you.
You know, it's fine.
Realize, by the way.
They're not horning anyone. Holy shiza!
I used to play basketball.
I used to play basketball. I don't know what that has to do with it, but that's kind of funny. Bro got good choice.
Misha.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yes, anime, as depicted in mainstream media, is very childlike. But that's because the mainstream media the anime that is being shown to a lot of people is from specifically the shonen or the shoujo aspect, the genre.
Right.
Oh yeah, shonen and shoujo. If you guys don't know, those words mean like for like these animes are for the wait. No, shonen shonen shoujo and shonen is two different ones. Either I forgot. I think shonen it means like for younger males, and shoujo means younger females, or vice versa. You know, swap it. But they're both just saying either for the they're basically saying for the younger audience of either gender.
Which are made for children. Sho means like smaller.
Sure.
Nen means like boy. Jo means girl. So smaller boy.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yep. I had a feeling shonen was like boy because I heard a lot of times.
Like animes.
Also, an anime that is made for children, at least in my eyes and my simulated brain, is Pokemon. You're not wrong. Actually, literally, Pokemon is generally made for kids. Like, I didn't watch the anime till I started watching with Kat one time, and I'm gonna say from my experience of watching the first few episodes of Pokemon, Pokemon is targeted a lot towards kids. But that's like, it's obvious that Pokemon was directed to kids, even without watching it. I mean, they have a whole damn, like TCG game that are mainly played, for kids. I mean, it's not just for kids, but for all I know is that the main beginning that it was, mostly kids, and then then people grow with it, and then, it's like teenagers, kids, and adults playing Pokemon, but you know what I'm saying. Also, the clips of Ash from season 1 as well. Yeah,
For smaller,
he roasts a lot.
Younger individuals, younger men or younger like girls, right? But also animation in American like styles are also having those sense of genres too.
Wait, how long is this topic?
My Little Pony is made for like younger girls, and then we also
Yep.
have like what?
With the Amazing World of
Clarence, or, like,
Gumball.
Amazing World of Gumball made
Yep.
for younger.
Yep,
male
100% made for
individual
kids.
audiences.
Right.
It's not that you can't watch them as an adult, but their target audience is kids.
There are still
Hear me out, Pokemon and
topics that are being
GG Club.
depicted in
Actually, Pokemon and GG Club, that probably will blow up Roblox a lot. I'm not gonna lie, that will
anime that are
actually
not made
be
for children.
huge.
which are not
in Western animes or in
Japanese animes too. But storylines across both, like across the world,
Sure.
can be not meant for children. So
True.
to say that anime is specifically meant for children or is for kids, I don't think is a very accurate nomination of anime as a art form.
Look, anime is about storytelling, and I wholeheartedly agree with you.
He's not a pure idiot, guys. He's not a pure idiot. He's not a pure idiot.
Anime as an art form can have
Animation
rules
in
that
America
are not
sucks.
for
They
kids.
ruined my boy Thomas Jane. Aw, these women trying to reach word
Within the
counts.
literature, right? But I think you even agreed with yourself in there that anime as a medium of art can show children and expose children things in a way that's maybe easier and less inappropriate than it otherwise would be. I think we can all agree that seeing someone have their head cut off in a cartoon is much more childish or for children than having them have that happen in a live action film. And look,
course.
I'm
Wait.
in a cartoon, we can all agree that seeing someone have their head cut off in a cartoon
We're talking about anime, not cartoons. Why? Is he gonna be one of those idiots that's just gonna call anime cartoon, even though that's been proven wrong multiple times?
is much more childish or for children than having them have that happen in a live action film. And look,
course.
I'm not here to say that, look, anime can never express real meaning in a story that resonates with adults too, but the inherent nature of the art form is childish if we're going to be showing these overly stimulating images that maybe are easier for a child to engage with than an adult.
All right,
Would you
time's
agree with
up.
that?
He's taking the basic 1% of anime and calling the whole genre kids. That's what he's basically doing at this point. He's basically taking the small percent of the biggest animes ever and saying, oh, anime's for kids. you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So he's like, that's basically what he's doing. He's taking a small percentage and saying, oh, that's anime. Which car you own and what is your dream car? I sadly don't own a car right now, but my dream car, I don't really have a dream car, but I would just go for something like fast, like a Lamborghini or Bugatti. But if we're talking about dream vehicles, I'm trying to go for like dirt bikes and then lean towards into the motorcycles and like quads and stuff. I love that type of energy, you know, motorcycles, quads, dirt bikes, and all that amazing stuff. I mean, I would definitely get a vehicle, but I just really love speed in vehicles. Excuse me. I see this guy make a day in a life of small Twitch streamer video and have a body pillow say G food and healthier than water and DoorDash their food and skip their stream because they're tired. Oh, you're talking about the guy who's an anime hater?
Yeah.
That was it. All right, 10 minutes. All right, good.
3, 2, 1.
But then there's actually, I watched this one debate of like, I'm not going to tell you what it was about because it's from my personal experience. But it was the person who was debating a group of people was telling them that he was going into the debate just so them to see common ground, to see like go and not to try to say winning or losing teams. And then made me realize one thing that I forgot. Debating has nothing to do with winning or losing. I think debate teams and stuff in school kind of made everyone told everyone a lie. Debating has nothing to do with winning or losing. It's basically to prove your point. Whether that means that the other side learns something new or change their mind is like, you know, cool. But at the end of the day, debating isn't for a winner or a loser. It's to try to give out both each other's side to make a point. My dream car is Asgore's bargain truck. Excuse me. My dream car is Mustang Shelby GT. You're really into cars when you gave a specific brand name to me. I'm not deep into cars,
Love you, bro. Guys,
so I
Max,
know
good
you're
friend
really
of
deep
mi-
into
from
it.
high
And actually,
school.
kudos to
You
you.
know, love
Kudos
them,
to you.
but
Hopefully, you can
his
get
whole
your
point is
anime
just
car.
inherently flawed.
Anime car.
Max, great friend of mine.
Hopefully you can get your car wrapped in anime. If you're into anime, of course, or just get
What's
it
up, Max?
wrapped in
Good
something
to see you,
cool.
love you,
Just
bro.
don't
Guys,
don't make
Max,
it look
great friend of mi-
basic.
From high school, you know, love him, but his whole point is just inherently flawed. So you're a great friend of mi- from high school. What's up, Max? Good to see you, John. Love you, bro. Guys, Max, great friend of mi- from high school. You know, love him, but his whole
Nice.
point is just inherently flawed. So your main point was that if you were to choose what your kid to watch for animation, getting beheaded, or live action, you choose
Why does this dude look like? I don't.
animation,
Oh,
right?
the anime
Well, that's-
fan.
I
I don't know.
Point, but it's a
And if he
I
does,
would
then
say
he
that was your
does.
main point, which it does kind of make sense. Of course, I'd want my kid to watch the animation rather than the live action, but I wouldn't show them either. So why is it just inherently more for kids?
By the way, for everyone joining up, make sure to like, subscribe, and share right now. It helps me out, and also lets me know if you want to see more reacting, anime type of reacting on this
Watching
channel.
the animation. That doesn't make sense. Does it make sense?
Well, the point.
Wait,
Kids,
let me
if
go
I'm
back to it.
watching rather than the live action, but I wouldn't show them either. So why is it just inherently more for kids if I'm watching the animation? That doesn't make sense. Does it make sense?
Well, the point I made is that something that is animated
Uh-huh.
is less traumatizing to
Okay.
a child than it would be if it's
Okay.
live action.
Okay.
Which inherently makes it more childish, more.
That is not true whatsoever. I got traumatized by Coraline. I gotta tell you that. Again, Coraline is a movie for kids. I got traumatized by the movie Coraline, the claymation animation movie. And yeah, stuff is way better when it's not live action. Oh boy, are you wrong? I didn't know he was making that point, but oh boy, are you wrong? I got traumatized by Coraline.
Okay.
For kids,
I highly
right?
I highly disagree with you. If I showed my kid Berserk, would they not be
More childish, more.
okay?
For kids.
I was hoping someone drops a ball like
If I
that.
showed my kid Berserk, would they not be traumatized from that?
I'm
Does
not
that make
familiar
sense?
with Berserk.
Well,
Talk about
exactly. Okay, well then maybe you should get more familiarized. Is that
This proves my point earlier. This anime haters only know to talk about the small percent, like the 1% or 2%. Basically, they're talking about the biggest names in the whole genre in the game of anime. They're just talking about the big names, the small percent. They're not talking about anime as a whole. That's why they don't know what they're talking about. Anime haters don't know what they're talking about because they're only talking about a small percentage of anime because that's all they know what they talk about. They don't know to talk about everything because they don't actually do research on what they say. And if they did, they wouldn't be saying what they say because it's full of ignorance.
Is that the right word? Get more familiar, dog. Because that doesn't make sense.
I don't need to spend my time watching niche indie anime.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I have better things to do with my time.
This is what I'm saying. Your point does not inherently make any sense. Of course, I do. Familiar, dog. Because that doesn't make sense.
I don't need to spend my time watching niche indie anime.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I have better things to do with my time.
He's saying that he doesn't have time for indie niche anime. He can do better with his time. Why are you debating and saying? Why are you anime haters saying that anime is for kids if you don't have the time to prove yourself wrong?
That's what I'm saying. Your point.
Oh, I love this. Is the rest of my anime? Fuck no. Sorry to drop the F-bomb, but no, Invisible is not an anime, no matter how you want to spin it. Invisible is not an anime. There is no specific game for me. I get bored playing one or twice. I never complete a whole game in my life, but if I've chosen, I'll pick RPG Samurai and Open World Shadow Die Slice. Oh, that's nice. You sound like Todoroki. Oh, that's awesome. Actually, wait, are you talking about Shota Todoroki? I will actually take that as a compliment because I love that character. He says that and yet makes mediocre over edited videos. What? You sound like Bakugo, I mean. Oh,
does not inherently
that's
make
fine
any
too.
sense. Of course, I do agree.
Literally, when I started watching My Hero Academia, a lot of people compare me to Bakugo.
Okay, I have better things to do with my time.
This is what I'm saying. Your point does not inherently make any sense. Of course, I do agree with you. Anime was maybe inherently made for kids, but that doesn't mean.
That is true, actually. Just like, actually, the funny thing, people want to say, oh, anime is cartoons. The one thing that anime cartoons share, besides like they're both art and they're an art style, is that anime cartoons were well, they were both kind of originally. No, wait. Cartoons was actually made for adults first, then become a kids thing, and actually anime was actually supposed to be a kids thing more, but then turns more to like teenagers and adults, but kids can still watch it too because there's still kids content on there. Yeah, I bet people do the same to me.
Adults
Okay,
don't
but
watch
to
anime.
describe Berserk to me.
That's pretty
I
interesting.
don't want to, just for the sake of getting them. Adults, okay, I do agree with you. Anime was maybe inherently made for kids, but that doesn't mean adults
Okay,
don't
but
watch
to
anime. or love it.
describe Berserk to me, Gianni.
I don't want to, just for the sake of getting demonetized.
Exactly! Oh, I haven't watched Berserk yet, guys, but I've heard it's one of the most traumatizing animes. And just hearing, just based on me hearing about Berserk, I know you would not ever show a kid Berserk. That's like a death sentence. He says he doesn't have the time to watch anime because he has better stuff to do, yet he makes a mediocre edited video that needs to put text on the screen so you know what he's saying. Damn. Anime, I topless. Okay.
I don't want to. And of course, as my great friend Matt brought up, the interesting niche of anime that begins with an H, that is also inherently not for kids. So while I do agree with you, anime in general maybe might be more catered towards children, as you were saying, like shonen, what we're saying it was made for kids. There's so much other.
That describes my argument, Gianni.
Okay,
right?
yeah, of course.
Of course. I mean, you go through kid TV shows, right? I mean,
This hater is on. I see. This is my perspective. He's majorly losing, and he's struggling to try to make himself like he's winning. That's what I'm seeing. I really think this guy lost. He been lost. He's just trying to struggle to make his point across.
there's kid
That's
TV
what I
shows
see
that
now.
are animated in America that are Western shows, right? But I don't think anyone's gonna go and say Family Guy is for kids, right?
No,
it's not.
it's great.
And it's the same thing
I
applies
saw too. Oh, I really appreciate it. Thank you. That means a lot to me.
to anime.
Okay.
But overall,
Okay,
as a
overall.
genre, compared to live action media, and even the way the images are presented and the art is presented,
Okay.
is more childish.
Okay, maybe you could say it's more childish. Doesn't mean it's for children. And I think
I love this guy. I love this guy. Even though he's actually part of the anime man, so he's basically Will Nash. Oh, I love this guy. One Punch Man, Overlord, 3 Fate Stay Night, Ultimate Blade Works, Gundam Blood Orphan, and I'm Saitama. Oh, that's cool.
It's just an immature view to have if you're saying people who love anime are watching a kid's show. Does that?
Can we react to Azula Diana's Vocaloid animation after this video to lighten the mood? I mean, sure.
How does that make sense to you?
I don't think people who love anime are often watching kids shows, but I think if you're gonna make a show and you want to make it for kids, it's a hell of a lot easier to make it for kids if you're gonna make it animated versus live action.
Okay, I agree with that, but again, with my Berserk argument, does that make it?
I'm not showing my
kids.
kids Berserk if that's what you're trying to do.
Dude, like I said, he's struggling to make a point. I feel like they're just letting him talk for entertainment wise at this point, but he literally lost so long ago.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But
I'm also not letting my kids watch like Stewie Griffin like talk with Brian about all the
Only fighting anime.
things they say. Right?
Exactly, yeah, exactly. But then you inherently agree with us that anime is not just made for kids. I think that's what we're all agreeing.
My argument is not that
it's not just
every
made for
single
kids.
anime is for kids.
Okay.
My argument is
Okay.
that the art style that anime presents itself in is more childish
Okay.
and therefore lends it to be more for kids than live action media.
Okay, well, I could come to an agreement with that.
To be more for the art style that anime presents itself in is more childish
Okay.
and therefore lends it to be more for kids than live action media.
Okay, well, I could come to an agreement with that statement. That sure, I think you changed up your argument a little.
His whole point was anime is for kids, but now at this point he's just saying that the art style for anime is more lenient to kids, and that's basically what he's been trying to say. He's at this point he lost because his argument was anime is for kids, when he should have actually worded it different. Because well, his whole point in this hard time is the anime art style is for kids, which then that'll be kind of hard to argue. Which is like, it's kind of hard to argue if a animation art style is for or for not kids, because that's kind of hard to argue with. Bakio, thanks for the sub. Derek, which type of anime? How long is this video? We're 12 minutes in an hour and 4 minute. This video is an hour and 4 minutes, and we're 12 minutes in. And Naruto, my favorite is Kakashi Hatake. Ooh, I love Kakashi.
Sure.
I think I made that pretty clear from the beginning, Johnny. I think I made that pretty clear when I talked to her.
Bro, I was going, bro. I was going. All right, good. Hey, good. Dude, I was going crazy.
Max, whenever you're ready.
Anime is over sexualized.
3.
That just depends on which anime you're. Okay, I actually had to talk to someone one time. Okay, when I was when was it? Okay, when I was coming back from Burger King a few days ago, I was talking to one person who didn't want to go to anime because, like, she didn't sound like an anime hater, but, you know, she was my Uber driver. She said about this, and she said one day that she thought, like, maybe it's like over sexualized or something like that. No, she thought it was more demonic or whatever. I forgot what her point is, and I talked to her for a long time. And actually, at the end of the ride, I convinced her to basically, hey, just try out anime. You just gotta voice certain anime, because not all anime is going to be for you, but there are certain animes that you will be willing to watch. I'm going to use a Jujutsu water style. Can we get Subway Surfers gameplay and Family Guy clips? What the fine hells, bro? Lightning teleportation jutsu.
Max, whenever you're ready.
Anime is over sexualized.
3,
That depends on what anime you're watching.
2, 1.
Yeah, just you this time. Also, you get to grab the mic.
Greetings.
Greetings. What's your name?
Cece.
Cece Max Caps. Nice
Nice to meet you. Okay, so the prompt is that anime is over sexualized.
Yes, I think anime.
He's like, oh, it's just you that got up this time. I think it's because everyone around her saw that she would really want to get up to it, so they didn't want to steal her thunder. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Cece Max Caps.
I'll talk to you later, Boss Bag. Make sure to like, subscribe,
the prompt
and share
is
if you
that
haven't
anime
yet.
is over-sexualized.
Yes, I think
Can you
anime is over
please-
sexualized.
Yeah, can you explain that, or just like a summary?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look across the genre of anime, not even including hentai,
Hand me
you see a lot
out
of
lithium
not only
batteries.
just
What the f?
animations that focus on the female body and the way it presents itself to engage viewers, but also a frightening amount of over-sexualization of children.
Lally refers to young or childlike female anime characters, and it became more widespread in 1980s and 1990s. There is, I'm gonna say this, there are Lally characters, but not, but a lot of the, like, mass majority of anime community doesn't like sexualizing lolly characters at all. I sub your channel, bro. Thanks. I really
Also,
appreciate it.
a
I don't know if you
frightening
already said
amount
that
of
earlier and I
over-sexualization of
forgot.
children,
Sorry.
which I think is problematic for the
Here's I say this to people who are new to any of my channels. I have short-term memory. That's like an intro for me right now. I have short-term memory, so just so you know that I can forget very easily, but that doesn't mean I can't remember what I forget. It just means that I forget stuff very faster than other people do.
the genre overall.
I do agree with the children aspect of it. I think sexualization in children is just wrong. I don't think necessarily that like sexualization in anime is particularly bad if it's tasteful. Like JJK, like I feel like they kind of appeal to the female.
Jujutsu Kaisen JJK heavily appeals to the female demographic with characters like Gojo, Nanami, and Toji.
Gaze a little bit. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is not really sexualized at all. Psychopaths not really sexualized at all.
Tokyo Ghoul isn't sexualized. Fire Force only has one character, but it's not sexualized. Angels of Death isn't sexualized. Let's keep naming more. Bleach. I don't think Bleach is sexualized, is it? I don't think so. Death Note, definitely not sexualized.
Attack on Titan, there might be like little bits of it for the female gaze, but
Bro, do you have a GIF? Wait, if you're asking me, yes, I do. I don't know why you're asking. Also, I kind of expect this to be on your reaction channel. Yeah, but then I also thought that this is anime, so I thought that it could be nice
these
for
are all,
today.
I would feel
Like, I was supposed to go
mainstream
live today, and I'm like,
animes.
how about just put this here anyways?
I just think it's like a perspective thing. Like you kind of just have to.
But
like,
yeah, if you guys want to see me do any type of other reactions that like any type of reactions I do over here would just be purely about anime. But if you want to see more than just anime reactions, I do have a reaction channel called Spirit or Yes. If you go to my channel page, go to the home tab and scroll down a little bit, you'll find my reaction channel.
Mainstream animes. I just think it's like a perspective thing. Like you kind of just have to like turn your perspective into like animes that aren't doing that. There are animes like High School DxD, but then like that's the point of the anime. There are like animes where like the genre is like I'm gonna bounce my titties and shake my booty, you know what I mean? But like
Does that happen in mainstream storytelling though?
No.
I don't
But
think
it
that
doesn't
happens.
happen necessarily in like mainstream anime. Like I don't think like in Attack on Titan, like My Hero Academia, like
The only time about ass shaking and boob shaking you'll see in Attack on Titan is fan-made stuff, and that's the pure facts. They don't have that in Attack on Titan. Because
they're
it'd
not,
be
like,
very
bouncing
inappropriate
their
for the
titties,
storyline.
Like Attack on, like did I say Attack? Like they're not like bouncing their titties. Like Attack on, like did I say Attack on Titan? Like
Look,
a lot of like. But there's
Attack on Titan does not bounce their... Okay, unless you're talking about, like, because the Titans don't wear clothes and they're running, so their body physics are jiggling. Unless you're gonna consider that, and I
nothing wrong
guess
with that if it's tasteful. I think it's like someone
nothing wrong with it as long as it tastes.
a lot of like. But there's nothing wrong with that if it's tasteful.
Amber is this boring, lame game. If you play MOBA, we can play together if you like. Wait, what's
I
MOBA?
think if like someone is
Oh, I
dying
mean
and all of
MOBA
a
type
sudden she's,
games like
bouncing her
League of
titties and stuff like
Legends.
that,
I don't
that's, like,
really
distasteful.
play
But if
League
it's
of
like, you know,
Legends
like,
that much
there's
unless
nothing wrong.
unless there's like other MOBA games. Sorry, I'm talking over
She's
this.
like bouncing her titties and stuff like that. That's like distasteful. But if it's like, you know, like there's nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with it as long as it's tasteful and it's for adults and it's not minors.
All right, flags.
Wait, everyone got scared when I like started to mention like ass shaking.
You made some good points, but I guess not everyone else thinks that. So goodbye.
They don't know what they're talking about.
3, 2, 1.
Hello. You got a mic? You mic'd up?
Yeah, I'm mic'd up.
All right. Well,
that's because the game isn't even on the App Store anymore. The closest thing is Angry Birds 2 and is filled with microtransactions.
I actually.
Max,
Oh, you guys don't actually know what Angry Birds was like in the very beginning. You guys don't know. You guys don't. Oh wait, you guys don't. Oh, you guys don't know. In the genesis of mobile games, ads were not a thing. Microtransactions were not a thing. So basically, you just play a game for free, and basically, boom, you just like Temple Run, Angry Birds and stuff. You just keep playing it, and there's like no ads. It's like if you bought the game and stuff. There's like no ads, no microtransactions, nothing.
You got a mic? You mic'd up?
Yeah, I'm mic'd up.
All right. Well,
So I actually.
Max, by the way.
We don't need to do the handshakes. All right. So. I actually think anime is undersexualized, but you want to know why?
Anime is unsexualized. I'd rather say that anime is 50% sexualized. It's not under and it's not. In my opinion, it's not under and it's not over sexualized. But to say it's like under sexualized, I don't know about that. Although it's kind of just a remaining to Res first fight. I play Angry Birds and I might have it on my grab tablet. Oh, okay.
Put your hand up. Put the 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 hand up. Let me cook. Let me cook. No, let me cook. Let me cook.
Let him cook.
Okay, I will. My one point, okay, is look, like Cece said, you know, there's you can sexualize both sides, right? Boom, whatever.
Yeah.
But since like 2005, there's this genre, right? It's called the ecchi genre, which means. Wait, guys, please. I didn't even get to argue with y'all. Give me a chance.
Please go to the table in 3, 2.
Hold on. Let me like fix this. All right.
That guy bolted in there.
Again? All right.
Just bro, you need to play other games such as Roblox.
You got a mic?
I disagree.
Fair enough.
because I think out of everyone here, I have a pretty.
But there's more than just Roblox games. It's like I play so many games in my life. Oh, and my camera's frozen. Oh, that's cool. There we go.
I disagree because I think out of everyone here, I have a pretty Western view of anime. I watch dub.
What is Western view of anime mean?
I watch dub. I'm new to anime, right? I will say, Hollywood is very over-sexualized.
That is so. Oh, that is way too true. That's way too true.
Remember when I was a kid watching Transformers, seeing Megan Fox lift up that hood?
Yeah.
You know, you know, that was really sexualized for me, and I was young, right?
Is that good or bad?
That's if we're talking about over-sexualized, that's bad, right? So I could say Hollywood is just as over-sexualized as anime, you know? Like Black Widow, she wears her tight suit. That's pretty sexualized to me.
That is. No, he's actually making a good point there. That is.
Yeah, I think the difference is with anime, you have an entire fan base where the idea of pedophilia is a bit more ambiguous than it can be in any other kind of genre, right? That is a norm within the anime community.
Whoa! You're not gonna say that pedophilia is a norm. Back the fuck off! I will throw hands with this dickhead. We did not normalize pedophilia in anime. You better back the fuck off.
I've observed, and I think that's problematic, and that's why I would argue that anime is over-sexualized.
I think he cooked me.
Argue that anime is over-sexualized.
I think he cooked me.
All right, the flags are up.
All right.
I mean, he did say he's new to anime, so he's not gonna be the best soldier on the field to defend it.
Ivan, nice to meet you.
Max.
So, I want to start by asking, do you think that the things you were just describing, is that more common in anime than other sources of media, like television or movies?
You don't like open world game? Wait, what are you guys talking about? I said line from Smiley Friends is I love kids. Charlie, I love. Wait, what? Whoa. I don't want to spend all my money again.
You know, I think that's a fair point, and there's plenty of sexualization.
Oh,
even
you
if
don't care for
look at
Genshin Impact?
shows in Hollywood.
You do know, okay, Genshin Impact is literally just a gacha game. You do know that, I don't like how basically Genshin Impact is overly hated for like their gacha system. Cause that's literally just, it's like targeting the anime community for saying like, oh, you guys have like these games like so much gambling. There's like so much goddamn gambling in non-anime games. There's like there's legit unbelievable amounts of gambling in non-anime games. And don't even get me started.
You know, I think that's
And if you don't see it, that's because you're not trying to look for it, or you're just ignoring it.
fair point. And
Loot
there's
boxes
plenty
for
of
one.
sexualization.
Loot
Even if
boxes.
you look at shows in Hollywood that have sexualized children, right? That's bad.
Right.
The problem is the ambiguity. The problem is with drawings and cartoons, it's a little bit more normalized and acceptable socially to see a drawing of someone who's a 10-year-old and be attracted to that, unless it's compared to it being a kid in an actual show that's live action, right? That's problematic to me because it still allows people to practice those mind behaviors when they shouldn't be doing that.
Right, and my point goes into, you look at a show like Euphoria or Riverdale, shows that are clearly also sexualizing, you know, people who are explicitly depicted to be underage. And that is also considered a very mainstream show in Western audiences. Now, would you say that those shows also represent the entire media of television as a whole? Because if we're using the singular individual examples from anime to represent the entire genre, then you should be able to do the same thing for a show like Euphoria or Riverdale, who are clearly showing these children, these teenagers who are explicitly depicted to be in their teens doing drugs, you know, having relations that are more than friendly. So I think that if you're looking at it as the genre of anime shows this more than others, I think the same should be shown for movies and for television, as my main point.
No, it's a fair point. I would just argue that you're wrong by saying that the shows like Euphoria are just as much of a minority in Western media as shows that are more problematic with sexualization as they are in anime. I think they're much more prevalent. From my experience with anime, obviously I have my biases, but
Right.
I stand firm in my belief that anime is more sexualized to that extent than Western media.
And you'll be always 100% wrong about that. I don't know really fully how to explain that, but he's not right.
Gotcha, and I'll respect your personal perspective on that. But as a whole, I do believe that if we're using the individual examples that we have personally experienced, because I haven't personally watched that many animes that over-sexualize the characters. I tend to avoid.
Well, see, that's the whole point right there. There is literally so much anime that doesn't sexualize characters. I feel like it's like one of the things that he was mentioning, he was trying to say earlier, like, oh, like this guy, this anime hater, I'm pretty sure he's just talking about like a small percentage of anime. He's trying to literally say a small group, a small percentage of anime is like anime itself, and that's literally all he's been doing.
Shows like that in general. So does that mean that because I don't see them, that the genre doesn't have those as an issue? I watch shows like, you know, Dragon Ball, like One Piece, shows that they might have it in there, but not to the same extent as other shows. Does that mean that my personal experience is going to dictate the entire genre?
It shouldn't. And you know what? I think voices like you are important. More people like you should represent the anime community because you're right. It's important to understand that it's the minority. But to people like me in America who understand anime not from watching a ton of series, but seeing clips online and seeing the videos these motherfuckers make, then yeah.
Okay.
You know?
I feel you.
Right? But that's my point. Is that 10 or we switch it? Yeah.
So 10 flags. No. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
That's very nice. It was kind of hard to react to that because I was just trying to let him cook and try to see what to react to, but that guy was like, you know, it felt like a topic.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ray.
Ray?
I don't think necessarily anime is over-sexualized. I think particularly like the Japanese culture is over sexualized.
Okay, now that's a fair point.
What does that mean?
So I was just in Tokyo. Everything in Japan, I would say that they lean more towards sexualizing these types of stuff more than like other cultures. It's not necessarily the anime. I would
I actually reacted to a video on this channel about some guy saying you don't want to go to Japan, and mentioning that there are quite a bit of times where where there's like some type of lolly hentai out in public, and it's like Christian, like, okay, I don't know why they have that. It's 100% anime isn't over sexualized, but the Japanese culture might be. Yeah, if the argument was Japanese culture is over sexualized, that's kind of hard to disagree because it's more based on possible truth.
say it's more than what it came from.
But isn't anime as a medium of Japanese culture by extension over sexualized if Japanese culture is?
That is true, but you could say that about other cultures as well. You could say that about like Western culture, about how Westerners tend to, let's see, idolize like, you know, women with big boobs. They show that a lot in like live action. And
See it a lot in anime too.
You see that a lot in anime too, but again, it's something that the Japanese tend to like more than.
So it's okay when Japan does it because they like the titties more than we do.
She didn't say that. You know, I kind of find it funny how this guy basically, I feel like this guy basically is like, he's pointing fingers. If this is to represent all anime haters in general, he's trying to make himself sound right, and also trying to just point fingers. He's just trying to be like, oh, don't pay attention to this side of media. Look at anime, see, oh, this about anime, and it's like, dude, it's all this stuff you're saying is relevant to stuff that's not anime. You're just pointing fingers.
That's also not what I'm saying.
All right, so I was being a bit of an ass there, but we'll talk more.
Okay. Hey, at least he admits it.
Next topic. The anime community ruins anime.
Oh, that is not true. She's probably focused on the bad side of the anime community and not the better side. Because the bad, I've seen so many anime communities on so many sides of like the fandom of so many anime. I mean, so many anime fandoms, and the truth is, the bad parts speak louder than the gooder parts. And what that means that the bad parts, they talk more, they're more loud and stuff, and good parts, they don't really try to make themselves be seen, but they do exist. More than the bad part.
3, 2, 1. That was easy.
I knew this guy. I knew that was a guy 100%.
Max, nice to meet you.
Can I have you explain why is it toxic?
Yeah. When you look at the way fans interact with the media itself, there's a lot of gatekeeping and there's a lot of unnecessary ranking systems that I think lead to exclusion and resentment rather than just overall acceptance within the community. For example, I have often seen anime fans say, oh, if you haven't watched this anime or this specific niche indie anime, then you're not a real fan. And I think that mindset is problematic and
Okay, wait, this is not exactly where I thought he was going. He's actually tossing a good point there.
leads to the community being perceived as toxic.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to sadly say the anime hater is kind of cooking with that. Cause literally, there are fandoms who make me not want to watch the anime. And the 100%, I gotta say this. I have not watched Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z because of the fandom. And if it wasn't because of Dragon Ball's fandom, I probably would have watched it by now. But the fact is, I personally haven't watched Dragon Ball or DBZ yet, purely because the fandom is annoying to me. And I'm not saying the whole fandom is annoying. I know someone is part of the fandom, they're not annoying. I love them a lot. But I'm saying majority of the fandom is obnoxious.
Don't you think that's also
Or at
very
least the
common with
fandom
music?
I've seen. I can say
Such
at
as,
least the
like, music. I
fandom
feel like
I've
it was
seen.
very common with music, though. Little thing where it's like, oh, if you haven't listened to this artist, you're not a real fan. Name 3 songs.
Yeah,
of, like,
I mean, I
Nirvana.
think there's plenty of like musicians who you can say their fan base is toxic.
But
right?
it's not just musicians in the end. It's also just like TV shows.
I don't think the whole like. I don't think there's a whole. Let's put it this way. You could say that some musicians have a toxic fan base. You could say that some TV shows have a toxic fan base. Then you could say that about like Rick and Morty, for example, right?
Fair enough.
My
Yeah.
point is though, anime, like I don't think anyone's coming out and saying that fans of music or fans of television overall are toxic. But I think you could make that argument much stronger about anime when you look at its fan base.
Isn't it the same way, like you just said, like some, there's, it's like some
there's
anime fans
toxicity
that's
everywhere.
Yeah, there's toxicity
but
everywhere.
there's a higher presence of it in
I think I know what he's saying. He's saying like he understands that the same rule applies to like a lot of things outside of anime, but he's basically saying that he's trying to say that it's more prevalent and more out there, more shown in the anime culture, and that is. I want to see where this goes because I can't say that's true or false. As like I'm in the middle of that. What do you guys think so far? What do you guys think? Do you guys think he's telling? Do you guys agree with him right now? On the at least I should have start asking what you guys think for this topic so far. Do you think he's saying the truth? Because I think like he has a point, but he's not fully right. So I'm in a 50-50 area with this one.
Anime based on the way fans talk about this.
I think that's more of a loud minority rather than a majority of fans. Because I've been to multiple conventions myself. I've met people. I feel like most people I've met that are big fans of anime, just like anime, they don't like really properly gatekeep it. You're just talking about like a very loud minority where.
That's exactly what I literally said right before they answered this. I knew for a fact that this guy was just gonna probably point at the loud majority. Because guess what? I seen the loud majority too. But I know that is not they don't represent anime as a whole. They don't represent the fandom as a whole. But I knew that the animator is just going to talk about this animator is just talking about the 1%. This because he's every topic so far he's consistently just talking about a small percentage of an anime. The parts of it that's oversexualized, the part of it that seems more for kids, the part of it seems more hatred. All these things are the small majority of anime, and it doesn't make anime of the whole thing.
It's like they're just like weird. I agree that there's weird people.
Problem is when
and if you want examples, it's kind of hard to pull up examples out your ass because us anime fans, we're not trying to have examples like the bad side of our community just to prove you wrong automatically to show you that it's just like any negative thoughts about anime is like incorrect and you're wrong about it. Like we're not just carrying on that, but I'm telling the truth when I'm saying that it's not a big percentage. It's not.
Content creation.
It's more out there. It's more in your face, but it's not the main percentage. It's not the biggest. It's like a small percent.
If you want your fandom, anime, to stop being perceived as such, then more people need to create content that doesn't perceive that message or spread it.
Okay, I get where you're coming from. Actually, yeah.
But that's I think it's because of social media, to be honest. Because social media hatred spreads like wildfire. The internet as a whole helped hatred and toxicity spread like wildfire. Excuse me. More than it has ever had ability before the age of the internet. And because of this, something like hatred and what he's talking about is like, oh, how about making more positive content? It's not that that content doesn't exist. It's just that people don't really look at it that often. It's not as entertaining because the internet goes for what's entertaining, and hatred and talking shit is entertaining rather than just spreading love, which people do see spreading love is entertaining, as you guys as anyone else who's watching this can agree. That's an anime fan. It's entertaining, but a lot of the hatred and toxicity of the anime fandom, like all of it appear, not all in just separate branches, all of it period, all the hatred is basically it's gonna be pushed out more because that's just how social media works. This has nothing to do with anime being more toxic. This has nothing to do with maybe he didn't look furthermore. I think this is more because he was fed more of the toxicity part because that's how social media works in general. Or at least it works more than that way because more people interact with it more. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you shouldn't get a girlfriend.
Yeah, I should.
Damn.
That message or spread it.
Okay, I get where you're coming from. Actually, yeah, the anime.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you shouldn't get a girlfriend.
Yeah, I should. You're right. I'm not.
I feel like some of the girls that I'll be like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna date this guy just to fuck with you or just to spite at you. I feel like some of these girls are, I feel like some of these guys and girls are probably gonna start dating each other just in spite of this guy. Maybe they're not gonna have a long lasting relationship, but they're probably just gonna do it in spite of this guy.
3, 2, 1.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Max is one of my good high school friends. So
He's
we
my
know each
best
other
friend
very
right
well.
here.
So
Oh wait, I just realized I had a feeling like why is no activity so long, but then I realized it's because the chat was frozen. Okay, what did I miss? Okay. What the fuck, cringe? What the fuck? Wait, why would you say that? You're literally cringe for saying that. What? Nothing about this is cringe. Name one. Okay, I'm just gonna say this real quick. If you're still watching, that person that said what the fuck cringe, give me one reason how any of this is cringe. And don't say be like, oh, because it's cringe. No, just say be like, oh, the way how you reacting to saying da, da, da. Like, be descriptive. I want specific descriptions on how it's cringe, or else you're just hating and you don't know what you're saying. You're just ignorant hater. Me when I jork it, all opinions to the Divadayo Kukiskin, I don't know. Opinions on the new Cinnamon Toast Crunch ads. Wait, there's new Cinnamon Toast Crunch ads? I haven't seen them.
your argument is that gatekeeping is the toxic part.
Yeah, I think gatekeeping is a trait and a behavior you see in a lot of people in communities that are toxic. Yes.
Yes, of course. So I actually
gatekeeping is literally just gatekeeping is not anime. It is in anime fandom, but it's not it, because I've seen way more gatekeeping outside of anime.
I don't think that in itself makes anime or the community toxic, right? Because I think the majority of the community is actually accepting of
That's
other
true.
people and bringing
That's
in-
actually way more true. Like, the anime community have been accepting way more than anything outside of it, and this is facts.
into the topic of anime.
You think these guys are accepting?
I think they're. I actually would argue that they are accepting. In fact, the anime men specifically make videos about anime that have very specific jokes and things that tailor to that audience. But I think that they aren't gatekeeping, if that makes sense. And in fact, they actually expand their audience by making music videos to popular songs and such, which I think actually creates an environment where they're actually being more inviting than they are.
Oh, hell yes.
See, I think you're wrong. You're talking about maybe a community of creators here that have done a great job, but I think so often you go into spaces where people really engage with the content, and you find someone that they're just gonna say, oh, well, this character in this season is this amount of powerful, and this person in this episode, who would beat who in this dynamic, and it's all this.
Okay, I know what he's talking about, and that says it's very relevant in the anime community. That basically be like, oh, Goku will beat that character's ass, or maybe, oh, Sung Jinyu from So Lovely is gonna beat that character's ass. It's very popular to say that. I don't know where it branches off, and I don't know why we say it, but it's it's just shit talk. It's just generally just shit talk. Honestly, it's just shit talk. I mean, you do that and there's way more shit talk in gaming and stuff. That's all it is. It's just shit talk.
Back and forth and arguing and twisting their nutsacks around, and it's come on now. That's not what this is about. It's fun, but you can't get so upset about arguing the semantics of the topic if you want it to be fun. And I see that too often when I've seen anime being perceived outside. And let's also make this clear. I am perceiving all these arguments as someone who is not a part of the anime community.
Of course.
And that's important when you're talking about a genre making its way into being more mainstream. Right? You can have your spaces in the community that work, but if people outside aren't seeing it as such, which I think it's fair to say there's a substantial amount of people who share my feelings outside
Yeah.
of the anime community,
Okay.
then what's the point?
Yeah, no, that's a great argument. Still, the outside take doesn't define what a community is as its whole, right? That's
Facts,
just perspective
facts.
that maybe you have, and I'm sure other people have too. But
And that
being-
perspective is valid and fine because you're on the outside. You don't, because in my opinion, you don't know the community. You're just seeing the tip of the iceberg and stuff, which is very cliche to say, I feel like, but they're just seeing the tip of it. They're not seeing the core of it.
in the actual community itself, it's not that toxic, right? And I believe this because, sure, there are people that have these debates. Most of them are actually just funny, friendly banter, right? I would say that there's maybe the 1%, like it's like a little too heated, right? But I think that's like a reflection on themselves, like individually, and it doesn't like affect the entire community, if that makes sense. It's only a very small minority. So the community itself is not toxic. That would be my debate.
I would disagree. But
yeah, I mean, I think that's all I'm saying.
He just. Why would you disagree? At this point, he just keeps saying, I disagree, I disagree, I disagree. Like, why aren't you trying to open your mind, bro? Like, I feel like instead of I don't feel like he's trying to open his mind and trying to see the points. He's just like, I just fully disagree and stuff from like, my perspective. It's like, bro, it's like, bro's honestly just trying to hide in a turtle shell. That's what he's giving me. I feel like the anime fans here have been way more open and be like, okay, I can see your point, than the anime hater. This anime hater is he's being stubborn. He's not trying to make a point. He's just saying his opinion, his negative opinion about the fandom, and not trying to see the point of others and stuff. And if he wants to disagree with that, that's fine, but that's how I see it. I don't feel like this is debate. I feel like it's more of they're trying to explain how, like, explain good points, and he's ignoring them.
No more on this topic.
Yeah.
That was good. If anyone else would like to debate this, please go to the table in 3, 2, 1.
You can choose to raid the caravan.
Oh my gosh, there's no way after all that time I finally get an ad. I forgot I didn't even know that was in here.
All right, I'm gonna leave you there. Hello. Oh, your guys' shoelaces tied together. Yeah. So.
In 3, 2, 1.
All right, I'm gonna leave you there. Hello. All right, just shoelaces tied
Yeah.
So you think the anime community is what ruins anime? Honestly, I think the anime community makes anime better.
Why?
Look at where anime was 10 years ago.
I don't know where
People
was it 10 years
people were
ago?
made fun of
There was
for
no
liking
community
anime.
10 years ago.
People were made fun of for
Is
liking
this your
anime.
face planted down there?
People were bullied, but now it is so more welcome than it was 10 years ago because of the community. Look at all the expos and conventions where all these fans come together, right?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Yeah.
What do you mean? Okay, no, you got.
See, he's deflecting any good point. At this point, that's not even debating. They're trying to debate with him, but he's not. He's just trying to. He's sincere for his talking shit about the anime community. And he's proving my point. This anime hater isn't there to debate. He's just there to talk shit. He's deflecting any good point, and that's the truth. Like, what do you guys see? You guys are seeing this for yourself. Do you think I'm wrong? Because it just seems like this guy deflecting any good point that makes him look wrong. This guy isn't here to, like, have a debate. He's just there to look like, you know, he's there to shit talk, anime community and try to make himself look like the good guy and seem like he's telling true. He's deflecting any good point that they're making.
where all these fans come together,
No, man.
right? Oh, no, what do you mean? Okay, no, you guys agree. You guys agree. You guys all agree. You too. Because like, think about it. Think about it, Matt. So basically,
Dude, I love this guy's energy. He's new to anime community, but I feel like he will definitely fit in.
you too. Because like, think about it. Think about it, Matt. So basically, the anime community is what brings anime more open, right? Look at all the Crunchyroll awards or all these award shows. All these big celebrities are coming out into the open of their love for anime because of what the community brings. It's not like Star Wars. Because you look at communities in Western media, they are way more toxic than the anime community.
How are they toxic?
Do I even need to go into that?
Yeah, what?
Oh! I feel like he has like bombshells that he's ready to drop down, and this guy is not ready for it. Like, look at his face. This anime hitter, she is not here to debate. He's just here to shit talk, and whenever they're making a good point, he's hiding in his shell and deflecting, and he's doing it right now.
How is a Star Wars fan more toxic?
You're toxic.
I'm toxic.
You're toxic. You're toxic.
See, that's ad hominem. You're insulting me. That's
I'm insulting you.
No. Chad, do you see what he's doing? He's deflecting heavily. This isn't a debate. This is just a shit. He's just an ignorant shit talker who's there to talk trash and literally deflect anything. And he said, like, well, you're toxic. And so he said, whoa, that's just shit talking me. Dude, you've been doing that this whole entire time to everyone else. We're just trying to be friendly about it, bro. Nah. You don't get to be like, oh, but you're being toxic to me right now. I'm like, bro, nah. Take accountability.
You're toxic. You're toxic.
See, that's ad hominem. You're insulting me. That's
I'm insulting you. You're insulting me. Your ties aren't even. Fix your ties.
This has nothing. I feel like they're just doing friendly banter at this point. This has nothing to do with anime.
You know, I will. Let's go, Matt. No.
Walk away. Go. I'm walking. Good boy.
Bro, see this guy. He literally wants the last word. Okay, at this point we're almost halfway through chat, and I really understand what this anime hater is doing, and he's not there to debate or try listen to their opinions and stuff. This has nothing to do with that. He's just there to shit talk and deflect.
Alright, 10 seconds. Welcome to Sunrise Report. My name's Cade. Sunrise Report. No, Sunrise Report real quick. I was falling asleep. It was boring. Speed it up.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think
You're crazy.
If you're falling asleep
You're insane.
from what I say,
You're
then I'm gonna
manipulating me
repeat
now
myself.
too. What?
I don't need to speak again for someone who's falling asleep.
And he says that the anime community is toxic. He's just literally they're right now having fun, and is this a form of toxicity he's talking about?
If I say that,
You're manipulating me now too. What?
I don't need to speak again for someone who's falling asleep.
Good points, bro. Everything you say is cap. We're right.
Wow. That had nothing to do with trying to prove a point. That part is just to fuck around with this hater, because like literally there is no talking to this guy. All they can do now is just troll him, because he's not trying to listen at all. He's not. He might be hearing them out and stuff, but if he was truly listening, then why is he deflecting every single thing? And then he's also then changing his whole accusation every single time. He's not there to debate. He's just there to shit talk.
Cosplaying is weird.
Okay, I know that mass majority of the anime community is cosplays, or a mass majority of the cosplay community is anime people. But then you're directly ignoring the fact that people cosplay outside the anime community. I've seen a ton of cosplayers that don't cosplay anime characters. This argument has nothing to do with the anime community. He just doesn't like cosplay. That doesn't have to do with the anime community. He's just saying that cosplay is just an anime community, which is not true at all.
All right, if you would like to go up.
I want to mention how this person doesn't look like they're cosplaying, but like I just kept forgetting to even mention it or bring it outside my head.
Treat, nice to meet you.
Max.
So I disagree with that, and I would like to ask, what make it weird for you?
Yeah, well, I'll just say this: there's nothing wrong with cosplaying. I think if someone like finds enjoyment
Okay, I thought he was shit talking like he's been doing this whole entire time. Okay, continue.
out of doing cosplaying, then they should do it. But I don't think anyone would say it's normal or like a thing that's not weird, right? Define weird as something that's
I mean, I know it's not the everyday thing. Is not probably ever saying it's like a special hobby and stuff, but define what you mean by weird then for this.
not normal and maybe a little bit strange way to behave. And I don't think.
Okay, then tell kids not to dress up as their favorite characters when it's not Halloween. That's basically it. Kids, do you know that literally every single kid has done this? And I'm not talking about just anime. Kids have done this outside of not anime, my bad. Kids have done this outside of Halloween and anime. You're basically saying like, oh, those kids are weird, even though you are. It's been perfectly a average thing for kids to dress up and stuff. And the fact is, kids don't even do that purely and during Halloween, or they don't purely do that. And like there's a lot of kids who don't who do it that aren't in the anime community. It's like this guy doesn't know what he's talking about at this point. And I'm just here just to react. I know I've been just reacting to this. I feel like I'm just gonna react to his ignorance at this point, because he doesn't actually know what he's talking about. He doesn't.
Anyone would argue or find it accurate that cosplaying isn't weird.
I can see that. So, okay, from your perspective, it's usually reinforced from stereotyping. That's usually.
Hey, what the hell? Dude, don't go that close to me. Personal space.
Lump down everything, just kind of break it out over a individuality of how someone can be very complex as a person. We want to express ourselves. What's considered weird to you because it is out of your social norm? Something can be yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Especially in America, there's a lot of diverse culture in here, so you get to see a lot of perspective. Like like for cosplayer, there's in Asia, Vietnamese, Chinese, Korean, Japanese. We like it's not just essentially just a hobby. It's also like a way for us to express ourselves. There's a bunch of holidays that you can
How do
dress
you
up.
express yourself though by pretending that you're someone that you're not? That I don't understand.
Because you relate to the character. Because you can relate to the character. That's why. That character can be an extension of you because that character can represent you. That's how.
Understand. Explain that to me.
Okay, you're not technically pretending as someone else. You're showing your love for the character. And a way to do it is, for cosplaying, saying that is also a little bit like vague. It's oversimplifying a lot of like point as well.
And what's the difference between dressing up in a costume and cosplaying?
For that point, it's technically.
There is a difference. So I can say I can understand how it seems hard to see the difference, but there's a difference. It might be small difference stuff, but there is a difference because I feel like it's more of the reason why you're dressing up in there.
It's the same because in America, Halloween you're allowed to like wear a costume. It's just a Western way to saying that. For cosplay, it's just how most people in Asia decide to like. It's just a word that we define ourselves.
Okay, so it's the same thing as dressing up for a costume.
Yeah, it's kind of, there's nothing weird about it. It's weird because your brain just reinforces older stereotype, and because it's.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's weird to dress up. I think it's weird if you internalize it, right? If you're dressing up, constantly internalizing, this is like a second secret identity I have, and that's weird. And I think that's something.
Then you're just calling Batman weird. He literally just called Batman weird by saying like it's like a second identity. That's Batman though. That or basically how Batman fully believes he's Batman, so when he's not in the in his suit, he's Bruce Wayne, his alter ego and stuff. But Batman fully believes he's Batman. But that what you just said can directly describes Batman.
Thing I have observed in a lot of the anime community, frankly.
You cannot say that. I disagree, because that's take a very minority and just kind of sum it up.
Okay, and that's weird. That's weird, right? It's weird if you're dressing up as something and thinking that like internalizing the identity of what you're dressing
out of
up
your
as.
social norm, your brain thinking like that's very narrow-minded, especially in America. There's so many different cultures out there.
Yeah.
It's just a way for us to express ourselves. And
all right, that's 10. Please walk off.
This guy literally just slammed dunked him by saying that you're just being narrow-minded. That's him, and we're just 32 minutes in. That's him the full 32 minutes in. He's just literally just being narrow-minded. That's all he's doing. He's just shit-talking and being narrow-minded. Are we still gonna react to Azula Gianna's vocabulary after? Yeah, sure, why not? Well, actually, maybe depends on how much time. I mean, I could probably fit it in, but I don't know if I'll do it. Might do it during the same live stream, but I feel like it could be like a separate live stream. But who knows? We can think about it. Whether it be part of this live stream or just a whole separate one, I can do after this.
Hello, my name's Athena.
Max, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So before I continue, I would just like you to reiterate your point directly to me. Okay.
Yeah, so the point I made last is that cosplay, if you want to do it and it's the way you want to enjoy yourself, that's fine. But it's weird, especially if you're internalizing the identity that you...
Give me a sec. Something's on my lip. I'm gonna have to be right back. There's literally something on my lip. I need to take it off. Alright, sorry about that, chat. There was honestly something on my mouth and I had to wipe it off. Alright, let's go.
Dressing up as when you're cosplaying.
So I understand where you're coming from, but you do have to acknowledge not all cosplayers do that. Personally, when I cosplay, I don't view myself as that character. I view myself as expressing my appreciation and love for this character. And the basis of that is outside of a hobby. It is to connect with others. And then cosplay in itself is a very popular hobby. And again,
Hey, there's Link from Legend of Zelda right there. Therefore, once you've been showing, cosplay is not just an anime thing.
Expression is very important.
Excuse me.
So cosplay aside, when other people indulge in their hobbies.
Oh wait,
then
there
it
was
is
6 on
very
there. As of 2025, the global cosplay community is estimated to be comprised of over 20 million. Oh, but that's actually a way huger number than I thought. That number is actually way more huger than I thought it was. I thought they were like in the 100,000s or 10,000s, but 20 million? Wait, that's actually way more people than I thought. And I really love that. I love the fact that that's a thing.
important. So cosplay aside, when other people indulge in their hobbies, do you find their hobbies weird?
It depends on the hobby. I think my point
Sorry?
is that if you want to dress up as something...
Okay, then what if I think every hobby he goes into is weird? Because, like, I know this just is being this subjective, but this is, like, way more subjective and stuff. Because, like, he's trying to... Because what he's trying to do is put his opinion as facts. All you doing that... But I'm just... Okay, yeah, just realize. He's speaking of his opinions like they're facts. Dude... I could just say any hobby of yours is weird.
And that's fine, but if you're going around dressing up like a dog and barking like a dog, that's weird. And I don't...
Okay, but okay, that's not the anime. That's not a cosplay or anime community. Now you're just shit talking furries, and why are you shit talking furries? Well, okay, I can't say that's furries in general. My bad. I'm gonna retract that statement right now. I'm gonna retract that statement. But that's a yeah, those type of people are weird. But that's not cosplayers. and that's not really fully furries. Those people are weird. I can't say they're part of either. They could be part of the fandom and stuff, but like, bro.
I don't think that's normal. Again, I still fully support their right to bark like a dog if they want to. Go ahead and do it, but that's weird. And like, again, we'll extrapolate overall in the anime community as you have people that are in character and sort of taking on the identity and role and acting out their character often for extended periods of time, right? I think that's weird, right? Because then you're ignoring yourself and you're ignoring your life as a person, an actual person, and that's weird.
So before I continue to my next point, I do want to acknowledge, yes, while that is a thing, there is a generalization. You are blurring the lines between cosplay and identifying as something. And when you cosplay, you don't inherently identify. So creating that generalization is unfair to the cosplay community as a whole. And again, on top
Is
of
he going?
that,
Is he going? Like he's listening, or he's just trying to hear her talk right now? Because I don't know if means he's actually listening.
it is a hobby. It is something people make careers out of. It is a form of self-expression.
And that's a normal way to make a career?
I mean, are freelances, artists normal careers?
No, and then you could say that's weird though, too. Doesn't mean it's bad, it's just weird. It's not normal. Isn't that what weird is? Something that's not normal?
Okay, dude, you're painting that. Okay, this is the thing. There is nothing wrong with being weird, but this guy's painting as weird in this scenario is a bad thing. Like I could say it's kind of harsh to say this, but I'll say anyways. He's directly using the word weird as to demonize it. Basically, he's putting it down and saying it's weird. It's like, oh, that's like weird, like in a bad way and stuff. Not like, oh, it's weird, but it's all right, like weird in a good way. What they said earlier about him being toxic, I don't think that's even a lie anymore. I think he's just being toxic and he's just bullying the anime community at this point.
But it's only not normal because you have that prejudice in your mind. If you look past...
If that ain't facts, then I don't know what is. If that ain't facts, then I literally don't know what is.
what you already view as weird.
Good job.
Next person, if you would like to debate this, please walk to the table in 3, 2, 1. Ooh.
Welcome
nice.
I love a lot of girls are jumping to this.
Nice to see you again.
That's nice.
New character.
Scheiße! Scheiße! I'm getting so sick and tired of getting ads for this game. No, actually, let me put it. I'd rather get different ads. I'm sick and tired of seeing that woman on my screen. Like, she's annoying me. Like, why do I only see her?
Nice to see you
I don't want to
again.
see her.
So, this is... Okay, I have a lot to say on this one.
Okay.
I'm a cosplayer, not currently, but I do this professionally. This is my job. I make a living off of this, so
Yeah.
I have a lot to just expose
Okay.
your brain to
Okay,
on this
to
subject.
expose me.
So you are definitely adding on to what Athena was saying, blurring a line between cosplayers and a very small minority of the community who get like a very overly emotional attachment and start to identify as a certain character. But let me
And
ask
there's nothing wrong with it. It's weird, but it's not weird in a bad way. It's like just, you know, I can understand it because I feel like I kind of do it to like the character of King Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul and stuff, you know. But yeah, like it can be weird and it can be seen as toxically or toxicity weird. I don't know how to say, like a bad type of weird, but it's not because it's not weird in a bad way. Because weird in a bad way, I feel like in this scenario will mean that it's hurting people. Cosplaying like this doesn't hurt people at all.
ask you, have you ever been to Disneyland?
Unless they go out of the way to hurt people, then
Have
that's
you
a
seen
different
the
thing. But
character
it doesn't hurt
actors
them.
at Disneyland.
Yeah, those are cosplayers.
Exactly, they're cosplayers, but they're specifically in character as those people, and they're getting paid to do that.
What would
but,
you call the people then who...
But cosplayers are not necessarily the people who work at Disneyland. So not all cosplayers are going to be emulating that character that they're cosplaying.
what would you call those people then who are emulating their character?
Character actors, and that is not a character actor is not a cosplayer.
That's even weirder. Damn. Okay.
But that's a perfect.
Wait, what?
Not, a
What you
character
say?
actor is not a cosplayer.
That's even weirder. Damn.
That's it. I'm not gonna lie, even though I'm not trying to preach violence, I kind of want someone to go over there and just slug him in the face. Cause this isn't just an anime hater at this point. This guy's just actively trying to bully and shit talk and hate on cosplay, anime, or anything that's like part of the anime community. This guy at this point, this has nothing to do with the anime community. He's just trying to bully people he considers weird.
But that's a profession, and people make a lot of money doing that. But cosplay is very different.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and share right now. I see a lot of people are joining up right now. Hey, make sure to like, subscribe, and share for more reacting to anime topic content or anything that talks about anime, you know?
You have to think about how it is also an industry, and it really is an industry in itself. Like, people are selling, you know, their service.
Business digit 3 million people globally have a career based on. Oh, that has way more than I thought.
Hobbies, I feel, that encapsulates hundreds of different.
Even though that's still
skills
like a
and
small percentage of
professions,
people, that's
and
a lot.
there's so many different things that take to make it, and saying that that is weird is like saying that all of these other umbrellas underneath it are also weird. In fact, it's actually very impressive to be able to combine so many different skills and efforts and careers and fields into one singular thing, and I feel like there's not many things in terms of hobbies that do that, but that's not inherently weird. I feel like that is actually very impressive to the normal person.
Can't something be both weird and impressive though?
I feel it. I mean, but
like,
that's
isn't
just,
it weird?
Maybe.
Like when you have a kid, like I have a
comes
friend,
down to
for
personal
example,
bias.
and he can multiply like 2-3 digit numbers like in his head within like 10 seconds.
That's not weird though. Wait, why is that his example? That's his example doesn't even sound weird. This guy's just a bully.
Numbers like in his head within like 10 seconds.
He's just a bully that's wearing a smile.
Okay. That's weird. It's also really.
That's not weird. No, it's not. That's talent. This guy's. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was just my opinion. But this guy's actually just generally a bully. He's just a bully wearing a smile.
3-digit numbers like in his head within like 10 seconds. Okay. That's weird. It's also really impressive.
It's very
right?
impressive.
And
but that isn't weird though. Why would you call that weird? That's talented. That's not weird. That's talented.
But like, it's a little weird. Like, what's going on in your head?
Why would you wait? I'm sorry. Your example is to mention that you know someone that can basically do extremely fast math in their head, and he's saying that's weird but impressive. Why is it weird though? Why don't we use the word talented? Because that sounds more talented than weird. Dude, you're just a bully.
But I also feel like that. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's definitely a statement.
But like, it's a little weird. Like, what's going on in your head?
But I also feel like that. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's definitely a statement. I feel like your perspective so far has been inherently negative weird, but here you are also acknowledging that things can be impressive but weird to you.
No, look,
and
I
feel like
love
in
that people
sense,
that get
it's coming
into
down
what
to
they
your
care about.
personal bias. And
No, you don't. You're lying for the camera. You're literally, if you did, then why are you massively being toxic and trash talking you? You're doing with the Mason saying a calm voice so it doesn't seem like you're just a toxic dickhead. You're trying to do it. You're basically being a wolf in sheep's clothing right now. It's like, whoa, I'm not trying to be toxic. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Starting to think less of a whole objectively and more debating on your personal bias.
To be honest, it's the media that gets put out. And let me emphasize that what you just said is not wrong. And let me emphasize it with what I said earlier, because you might be new to the channel. By the way, a quick thing, I have short-term memory, so if you say something, I might forget. So you might see my short-term memory here and there. I want to say that quickly because I say that to everyone who's new. I said something earlier about this with social media, and he was just talking about like, oh, like the whole earlier he said that the fandom of anime is really toxic or negative, and here's the thing about that. You just said you're the only other person who said it besides me. It's not all of the fandoms. You can say that about any fandom at all. But the legit thing is, it's social media, bro. Because let's be honest. Yeah, you guys can look at me now and correct me if I'm wrong if you want to, if I am wrong. But social media promotes negativity just like the news does. Social media promotes toxicity and negativity. So saying something like the anime community is like weird or toxic or hateful or negative. No, it's not. Because you can see that about literally any other community. And you say like, oh, but it's more in your face, more relevant. You can also say that from an outside perspective of any other community too, though. This guy's just an outsider ways just saying that. You can honestly say that about any other community if you're seeing on the outside. And the answer to it is social media or media in general. Because why? They push out more the negativity because it gets more reactions. And that's the truth right now with social media. I don't like how it's the truth. And yes, we should push out more positivity. But it's more of a what you react to and interact with on a day-to-day basis is what's going to be shown to you more. If you react to more of the negativity more on a day-to-day basis, excuse me, media, especially social media, will push that more towards you. Unless you are going to go out your way to look for the positive parts and help push that out more. It's literally us, the community people, the people who are digesting this content, who are interacting with us. It's honestly our fault for pushing out that part more, because literally we're interacting with that part more. It's not that there's not a more positivity that exists. It's the part that we're pushing out and interacting with the negative part, when honestly we should go out our way to push out more of the positivity. And that's true. It's more on what we interact with and what is a whole narrative. Maybe when short-term memory loss, yeah.
That's not true, okay? I think that I've made it very clear during this discussion that I think people can have fun and they should have fun being cosplayers. I have nothing against people doing that and expressing themselves. I just think it's weird, and that's why I don't do it. I mean, you could argue that me wearing a suit to this fucking debate is a little weird, but here we are.
It fits the bill. It's fun.
Isn't that cosplaying though a little bit? So aren't I technically cosplaying? But
no, because that doesn't fall under what the definition of cosplaying is.
Here we are.
It fits the bill. It's fun.
Isn't that cosplaying though a little bit?
No, because then you're like using uniform. If he's gonna say that's cosplay, then you're gonna say that everyone who goes to work everyone who goes to McDonald's, I mean, whoever works at McDonald's, whoever works at Wendy's, whoever works at Target, whoever works at Walmart, whoever works at a retail or fast food business, whoever uses a uniform at any job. You're apparently a cosplayer now, because apparently to this guy, just because he's dressing up, he's not a cosplayer. That's not what a cosplayer is. Or else you can literally say everyone in the workforce that's wearing a uniform is a cosplayer. That's not how it works. When finding good anime on your own is such as good Violet Evergarden and Samurai Champloo are the best in the story. I'm actually continuing watching Violet Evergarden right now because I just caught up with Dr. Stone and stuff. So I'm going back. I'm watching Violet Evergarden because a lot of people were begging me to watch that in the past. But I have watched Samurai Champloo, and honestly, that anime is, oh my god, that is delicious. That's a delicious anime. Samurai. Actually, let me pronounce it the right way. Samurai Champloo, or Champloo. Or I don't know how to really say the second part, but I should be saying samurai. It's samurai. It's samurai. That's how you're actually supposed to pronounce it in Japanese.
I'm cosplaying right now.
I know, because I'm learning Japanese, so I'm understanding more what's
a little weird.
I'm understanding more how to speak Japanese because I'm learning Japanese.
For showing up to debate 20 people about anime in a suit, like that makes me weird.
I even have
It doesn't make you weird. It just makes you unique.
another point. So, fun fact. And this is kind of a fun fact.
Yeah.
So the word you talked earlier about like Halloween. And, that's a very good point to bring up because cosplay can be Halloween. You're dressing up as a character, your kids dress.
Yes, and I've mentioned this earlier about cosplay and stuff. Yes, you can see a lot of people dress up during Halloween and stuff, but guess what? Here's a main source on why cosplaying isn't weird. Kids do it. And I'm not just talking about Halloween, because I've seen kids dress up outside of Halloween. They dress up as their favorite characters. I mean, I did it when I was a kid. I did it when I was a kid when I dressed up as characters and it wasn't even Halloween. Yeah, I did. It's not a weird thing unless you're gonna call kids weird.
Up, your family dresses up, and so that's a very normalized occasion in the West for people who.
And when I say kids, I mean 12 and below. I don't want to see a single idiot here thinking I'm saying like, oh, he must be over 18 years old. 13 through 19 years old is teenager, and that's what I fully believe. You're not an adult till you're 21. That's what I fully believe.
Who maybe are into
But that's just
whatever
my
they like.
opinion.
They're really into Marvel or they're really into that. That's not weird.
That's normal, but I guess the point is when people use the word cosplay in media, they're not talking about Halloween. They're not even really talking about someone at like a fair that's like dressing up.
I'm so glad
right?
that you mentioned
They're talking
the
about
word.
motorcycle made guy.
I'm so glad that you mentioned the word cosplay because that's another fun fact. So a very long time ago, I believe sometime around the 50s or 60s, and somebody fact check me on that, but
The term cosplay was coined in 1984 by Japanese journalist Nobuyuki Takahashi. Let me try. I don't want to start with their name. Nobuyuki Takahashi. After attending the World Science Fiction Convention in Los Angeles, inspiring Japan's cosplay culture that began growing in fan conventions during the late 1970s. Interesting.
Some kind of convention gathering, I can't remember exactly what it was happening over here in the United States, and a reporter from Japan came to scope it out, check it out, and brought, saw what we were doing here, dressing up as characters from comics and series that we like, and brought that back and wrote an article, and thus the word cosplay was formed by creating, combining costume and play. And when you translate that into, to make it.
Oh, sorry. If you guys see me shaking my head like this, I'm just trying to be, I'm just trying to make the headphones feel comfortable. That's all.
It comes out as cosplay, and cosplay is that. So it didn't technically. The word itself is literally just describing people dressing up, and that could have been Halloween. That could have been everything.
Fine.
The word itself is the same.
And that's fine. And I guess my point is, I have nothing against people dressing up, but the way cosplay is used in our media often describes more than that, right? It often describes, and obviously it
In
seems
which
like you
media
have a lot.
specifically?
I'm talking about Western media.
Western
Online
media?
people on the internet here in the United States, right?
Okay.
And that's from
hold
your
on, let me-
experience from not being in the community to see the full depth. of that
Absolutely,
media.
I recognize that. And
Hold on, chat. Let's see him cook because he's just been a toxic bully this whole entire time and deflected any good points. I want to see if he's actually going to agree with her on this.
But I think my point is if we're having a good faith debate about the word.
See? He doesn't give a shit about what she thinks. She doesn't give a shit about what everyone else's point was. He's only thinking about, oh, but my point. Wait, is the camera frozen? The camera's frozen. Let me fix that real quick. The only thing he cares about is about what he thinks. He's like, the point I'm making. Like, bro, everyone understands the point you're making. You're just like, oh, but let me be more specific here. Why weren't you being specific in the very beginning? This guy's constantly losing. He's just trying to back in the corner and be like, hey, wait, I'm not trying to, I'm being a victim here. It's like, you're not a victim. You're a victim. You're trying to play as a victim. What's there, Dante? I've not seen him on the horizontal side. There's more people watching me on the
way
shorts.
people understand
How
the
you doing,
word
Dante?
as a whole matters, right? Even if it's necessarily not the definition.
Okay.
That's how language works. It matters. And
Okay.
Shiza! If you want to know what we're doing right now, look at the title. It would tell you straight up.
Could you also argue that? Do you feel like what type of cosplay are you talking about? Are you talking about people who craft, people who dress up for Halloween, like if cosplay?
No,
is
I'm talking about.
I might move to short side, I guess.
if we're
No,
talking
you don't
about-
have to go to the short side. You can watch on both sides if you want. You can stay on the horizontal if you want.
Characters and pretend there's someone they're
I'm
not.
just saying that I'm glad. Let me put it this way. I don't think I said it the right way then. I'm glad to see you on the horizontal because a lot of people are on the short side, and I was hoping I eventually get some activity on the horizontal side.
Again, I totally have the right to do that, but I'm saying people
If that's not cosplay,
Have
then
you
that's
experienced
fine.
those people in person? Have you talked to somebody who is genuinely believing that they are that character?
Yes.
And what are the odds that you think you would meet somebody like that if you were to go into a designated space for cosplayers, con goers, anime lovers? What do you think is the probability that you would meet somebody?
I'm sure it's a spectrum, and then there's probably most people like
Do
Motorcycle
you
Maid who are
have a
pretty chill,
probability of
actually.
that, though?
But you know what?
It's like
You're asking me, do I have a problem?
a probability of it.
oh.
Like it's probably 1 in 500 at least.
Yeah, sure. And then 1 in 500 people are weird, and that's fine.
But when you, ooh, I would love.
At this point, she's been proven wrong again. He just said like if it's 1 in 100 or 1 in 500, then that's fine. That just means there's 1 in 500 that are weird. But your whole point is cosplaying is weird, not a certain part. Not you didn't say a part of cosplaying is weird. If you said that, you would have been that would have been fine for the whole 1 in 500 and stuff. My being just weird. No, you just said cosplaying is weird. And you're wrong. You were proven wrong again, and you're trying to make you sound like you're winning this, or you're actually making a good point, but you're deflecting and trying to rewrite what you're saying, even though your whole point has been squashed already.
All right, the next topic is live action will always be better than animation.
Please go up in 3.
No. 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 No, cause let me toss you guys this one thing. Before I even play, let me just say this ahead of time. Anime, like let's say finding anime right now, finding anime like DBZ. I mean not DBZ. Yeah, DBZ or Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan or Naruto, My Hero Academia, you name it. Way more entertaining than, let's say, the Flash, the Flash series on the CW. I'm just gonna say it. Live action is not more entertaining than animation. If you're gonna go, if we can, because, excuse me, he's saying this like that. He shouldn't be, because I feel like he's about to be like, oh wait, no, I meant like this. And like, no, you said live action is better than animation. Which, I'd rather watch Demon Slayer than watch the CW The Flash series. Because why? Demon Slayer is better. Live action is better than what? Hell no, exactly. That's why, and I'm not even using a live action animated stuff that's been adapted like the live action One Piece. I'm using Western media live action and saying like that's not better. I still would rather watch Attack on Titan rather than watching Deadpool. I love Deadpool, don't get me wrong. Let me just say this right now. I love Deadpool. But I'd rather watch anime instead if I had the choice. But I still will watch both of them, by the way.
3, 2, 1.
Hey there, Johanna, how you doing? By the way, my short, you're watching on YouTube Shorts, which that has the most delay right now, so you might not see this real quick, but how you doing? How you been? If you're new, make sure to like, subscribe, and share for more reaction to anime or anything about anime content.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, Max.
Michelle.
Nice to meet you.
So please describe why do you think live action is better than anime?
I think it's not a matter of the art itself. I think something can be great in both.
Swear who will win, Gojo or Pierto? I don't know if fucking Gojo, who cares? No. Pierto. I love Gojo, but just for it, I just want to make just for me is Pierto.
Both categories. My argument is more so if you look at the most impactful pieces of
Most impactful pieces of film or live action included Citizen Kane, The Birth of the Nation, and Star Wars. But those were made all the way back in the 1900s and stuff. And they became mainstream faster than anime has. All you're saying is that the more the anime starts to become mainstream is more that it becomes better than live action.
Media.
I think that's what he's saying.
Been created.
Pierto Solo's fiction. Pierto is love. Pierto is life.
especially in film, some of the greatest movies of all time, they're all live action. You don't see animes mentioned in terms of the most culturally impactful pieces of art that are motion picture, correct?
Correct. So when you say culturally, it does depend on the culture.
Right.
And compared from the US to Asia, it's
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. He said like, oh, live action is better than animation because a lot of people would talk about the legendary Star Wars or Jurassic Park or Doctor Who and etc. Dude, that's English speaking content. I just said Doctor Who and just throwing it, but if we're really just gonna talk about Western and stuff, then like say like Deadpool and stuff, like yeah, obviously that's like certified, but let's say this here, dude, you're just talking in a Westerner perspective, in a Westerner POV. Your opinion does not hold firm in a worldwide perspective, and that's truth.
definitely a huge dynamic of how anime is portrayed and seen.
Yeah.
And for the value that people hold when it comes.
Let me get a sec. I feel like the light is becoming more and more worse. Let me turn on the light. I feel like that might be better.
To action in real life films compared to anime, it does capture like different aspects, but to predominantly say one is better than the other, it does depend on what is in the script, what's depicted throughout the animation, or the way that the camera captures live action.
Do you think anime is better than live action?
Depends on who you're asking. In my opinion, I don't want to compare the two. They're both great in their own way. What do you guys think? Do you guys think live action better, animation is better, or are you gonna be like me and saying like I'd rather not compare it because that's unfair to both live action and animation because they're both incredible in their own way. This guy's trying to be like, oh, live action versus animation. No, it's not live action versus animation. In my opinion, it's live action and animation, not versus.
Love games, but hate the grind?
Love YouTube, but hate seeing these ads? Watch my
Playing
content.
around in the description of arts, because the arts covers a huge variety of media portrayal and just how one is able to express like creativity, whether it's through actual face expressions or like visual scenes, or rather the dynamic that animation can create a whole fantasy, not necessarily to cater to a specific culture, but essentially to bring to life what the script is actually meaning.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of being able to add color, being able to bring.
So sorry, your argument is that anime can bring to life more aspects of what's animation than live action, therefore it's better.
Could be, depends on who you're asking. Like I said, it really depends on the perspective, but yes, it can. It can.
More creative freedom, because there's.
Well, no, she's right about that. There's more creative freedom because there's, to be honest with you, there's way less you can do in live action that you're able to do. But there's like CGI and stuff, but not everyone. Let's not talk about, if anyone's thinking like, what about CGI? That helps with creative freedom. CGI costs money. We're just saying for anyone who can make live action content with and since anyone can do it, not everyone's gonna be able to have the ability to make amazing type of CGI or green screen and stuff. So we're not gonna talk about CGI in this case, even though CGI helps a lot with that. Live action is way more limited than animation.
Definitely, there's CGI in live action film, but that does come.
She even right after I unpaused it, she mentioned it too.
With a huge budget. When it comes to Marvels, they have a huge budget to.
And she mentions the budget too about how much like it depends on the money. Dude, I'm on the mark with this. Like, yes, you can bring up live CGI and stuff, but that's depends if you have the money. That really depends if you have the money. What do you guys think? Average prices of films, Marvel, 150 million to 200 million, and animated film 1 to 10 million.
Able to disperse
Interesting.
all that. But when it comes to animation, it doesn't matter how much budget one can, but they're able to utilize it through the arts, through the depiction, and their efforts in order.
Because as long as you, because the truth is, as long as you can draw it, you can make it reality. You can draw things that don't even exist. You can still do that in, you can still do that in live action, but it's way more cheaper and way more creative freedom to do it in art. Cause I could right now draw something that doesn't exist. But to do that IRL, it would take way more money than just drawing it. I just need one piece of paper, one pen or pencil stuff, which will be way more cheaper than doing that in CGI. Say the word of the day.
to create a whole scene that's able to encapsulate.
Would you like to be the opposite gender? I'm fine with the gender who I am. But I'm dating some of the opposite gender, but I'm fine with the gender I am.
A whole script.
And that's a great argument, and
And that's just me
I think
personally,
that
though.
Democratization of creativity that animation can bring across the film space compared to getting a high-budget Hollywood film is a great thing, right? But objectively, let's say we're watching with a film with a big spaceship like exploding or something like that. Isn't it way cooler to see it happen in live action than anime?
But isn't that just a
No. Wait, he's using explosion for an example. Wait,
But
did he?
objectively, let's say we're watching with a film with
Objectively meaning no pains and stuff. We're trying to speak facts.
a big spaceship like exploding or something like that. Isn't it way cooler to see it happen in live action than anime?
No. No, because I've been there where I've watched it in both live action and anime. I've seen explosions in live action versus anime. And I gotta tell you, no. No, it's not. Watching something explode in anime is actually way more better than you could possibly see it in live action. I'm gonna tell you the truth there. Cartoons or animation like let's say like Despicable Me or cartoons like Amazing World of Gumball, the explosions are fine. But anime, like anime's explosions are way better than cartoons, animation, and live action. Anime's explosions are way better.
But isn't that just a utilization of CGI essentially?
I'm sure, but it's cooler.
It is cooler, but it's also dependent on which culture you're predominantly invested in.
Sure, but that's a great point about the cultures, and it's important to remember that anime and animation cultures are very small, right? And while they are confined to their nations and Western media is confined to the United States, Western media and United States film, particularly stuff produced here in California, have impacted the entire world in maybe a way anime hasn't.
Yes, but then if we're going to use that argument, we could say that anime has impacted the world in ways that live action hasn't. I can literally throw the same ball right. If he wants to toss that ball in the court, I can toss it right back in the same court, just rewording it. Because the same thing can happen with anime. The same thing.
Let's talk.
3, 2, 1.
I think Johnny got it.
I was low-key cheating, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, welcome back, Johnny.
Max, bro, I'm back. It's good to see you, bro. All right, I think obviously everything's subjective, but I think anime is better than live action.
That's weird. Why?
Really? Is it weird?
That's weird. Why? Wait, why is it that? Wait, why is it? Okay. Let's put it this way. If he said, like, oh, you're being weird that you think that live action is better than anime, and she's probably going to be defensive and say that that's toxic or that's rude or like, imagine if the anime guy, Giovanni, I don't know how to say his name right, sorry. The anime guy here from the Anime Man, if he said, like, well, you're weird, I mean, you're weird about, no, I mean, you're, well, why are you saying that's weird? That's kind of toxic and stuff. Because, like, this, what he said wasn't weird, bro. This guy, this animator is, like I said earlier, he's just a bully. in movies such as Training Day having emotional moments that feel impactful, Friday being a serious comedic film, but animation can create many things like solar punk alternative narrative, but both are good. I not fully agree with your perspective. Yes.
Why don't we just be a little bit nice, huh? Cool, bro. Why would you just resort to insults? It is better than. It's good to see you, bro. All right.
Why are we just resorting to insults? Because that's all this guy knows what to do with this whole entire time. He's not debating you guys. He's just there to bully you guys. That's literally the truth. He's just doing it with the smile about everyone's just trying to be chill about it. Because if they make a scene, he's gonna look like the victim. But in reality, he's picking on everyone and stuff, just because he can probably seem like the victim if everyone does it back to him because he's the only one there. Imagine if there was more anime haters there and stuff. He would no longer be a victim and stuff. He's just bullying them, and he only getting away because he's the only one there. And like if they do anything about it, he's just one person. People will see as a bunch of anime lovers getting up against a anime hater and stuff, and that's how it's going to be depicted as. He's playing the game like chess. He's not trying to play it to win. He's trying to play it to look like, to, glorify himself. And that's what he's doing.
I think,
Chad, give me a second. Okay. Sorry about that. There are certain things I want to show in my content, and some certain things or people I'd rather not be in the background at all.
obviously everything's subjective, but I think anime is better than live action.
That's weird. Why?
Really? Is it weird?
Yeah.
Dude, that's not cool, bro. Why would you just resort
Exactly.
to insults? Why don't we just be a little bit nice, huh? Alright, bro. No way.
Your high school friend basically slam dunked on you because that's literally what you've been doing it, and he politely slam dunked you there. I'm glad he did that. He politely slam dunked you.
Why don't we just be a little bit nice, huh? Alright, bro. No, wait. Let him go. This is gonna be fun. Okay, I'll be serious. Alright. Pretend that didn't happen, guys. Alright. I think anime, in general, objectively, could have a more creative, just everything than live action. Yes, or no?
Factual.
That's what she said, and
Really?
I think I actually agree with that point.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, he tries to say explosions. How about if you could shape the explosions to look a certain way? How about make an explosion out of electricity? How about make an explosion out of grass? Out of literally anything other but fire? You can't really do that with film. You can't. You legit can't. Because, chat, when's the last time you've seen a electric explosion? You can't. Because it's way more dangerous. You could probably do it with CGI, but again, we're not trying to say you're using CGI. Because it's way more, because, like, we're talking about creative freedom here. There's more creative freedom in animation because you can do that cheaper than using CGI. So, excuse me, let's talk about on a budget here. Creative freedom, and we're talking on a budget because it makes more sense because that's what we're meaning by, budget-wise, is more creative freedom, anime is, with it. You don't see electric explosions without CGI. Actually, I don't even think I've seen one with CGI, to be honest.
I think it's better.
I don't think that.
The amazing Spider-Man Electro scenes. Oh wait, no, you're cooking with that. I actually forgot about that. No, you're cooking with that actually. Okay, I kind of forgot that. You have a good point there. How about like a poison explosion, or like an ice? Is there an ice explosion? Wait, you're gonna probably try to say like Dr. Freeze from Batman. Oh, Shiza. How about like a death explosion? One that has like a lot of symbolizing a death, like a plague or like a black mist and stuff, etc. Like just stuff like let's talk about more and more stuff that would not happen at all IRL right now.
That makes it better. I think it makes it more creative potentially.
Let me see.
How about a sparkly explosion where like sparkles in air and glitter?
Or animation.
No, there's glitter bombs. Never mind.
and obviously this is subjective, but I
Okay.
think there's a value in seeing someone who looks exactly like you and experiences life in the same ways physically than you when you're understanding a story and the way the story is told makes it easier to relate to the person.
Okay.
And on top of that, again, as I've said earlier, every single piece of media in film that has been the most impactful is live action. You can't say that about anime. Look, anime.
But you can though. You're just saying that because you don't watch anime, bro. Cause you already showed that you're an anime hater because you're an outsider. You don't know anything about anime. And you're just saying like anime hasn't been as impactful as live action because you aren't that deep in anime. Therefore, you don't know.
Anime has played a great role in its community, but you rarely hear talks of Attack on Titan or One Piece having great impacts on the community as a whole. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, man. You know. Okay.
Maybe in your little like anime reporter blog. You might
What about Pokemon? What about Pokemon? What about Pokemon? Pokemon's anime, bro. What about Pokemon? You don't even need to be watching anime to know Pokemon, bro. What about Pokemon? What about Yu-Gi-Oh? What about those? What about Pokemon?
but it's not.
I wish someone here would drop the word Pokemon, because really, you don't even have to watch anime to know Pokemon exists.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, man. You know. Okay.
Maybe in your little like anime reporter blog, you might hear that. But it's not coming in the New York Times.
Funny. Okay. I'm not even
What about Pokemon, dumbass?
gonna talk about that. Okay. Why do people go to amusement parks most of the time? So my main
Why hasn't anyone dropped the word Pokemon? Because that literally has been a cultural icon in Western area.
argument is escapism, right? People will watch things for that general aspect of life.
You
I
think-
think
you
live
can-
action, sorry, I'm talking, buddy. Live action in general isn't as much escapism as anime will ever be because they have more of a creative thing where they could literally make anything happen more than live action. As you said, and let's say Flow, for example, won Best Animation. How much did that cost to make? Probably about $100,000. And he was able to make that whole creative thing with animation. And he wouldn't have ever been able to make a cat to make that. Won Best Animation. How much did that cost to make? Probably about $100,000. And he was able to make that whole creative thing with animation. And he wouldn't have ever been able to make a cat having like.
Flow, the film, has grossed 36 million globally with a. Whoa, that's pretty awesome.
Walking around the earth after.
Wait, I need to watch that. I never heard that anime. I haven't seen that anime movie yet. I need to watch that. I should add that to my list.
Whole natural disaster in live action. It's not possible, and that's why I see the value.
Ooh, how about Penguin Highway? That's a very good one too. That's not possible at all.
In animation as more valuable.
Oh,
Obviously,
great-
live action is great.
Great film. Great film.
Yeah, great film.
Oh,
you
you
watched
watched
it?
Yeah.
Really? Oh. Hey. So you.
But he actually watched. Oh, wait, this guy could be saved. This guy has redemption in him.
Agree with me, huh?
That was $4 million.
Huh? Okay, what's Avengers Endgame?
No.
What's Avengers Endgame?
Avengers Endgame's like 100.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
It's like, oh, that was $4 million. It's like, okay, what's Avengers Endgame? That's a good point. What about the top ever movies ever? What about those?
I'm saying, and okay,
They were
continuing.
made with
I
way
think
more
just in
money.
general, animation, you can make super cool stories with that low budget, and I think that's
Yep.
the coolest thing. I think, let's say, Demon Slayer, for example,
Facts.
although people don't think it's the greatest thing, it had amazing animation and fight scenes that got people more hyped than some of these Avengers movies that cost like $1 billion.
Did they?
Yes, they did. See, this guy's just deflecting. He's doing it again.
1,000%.
I don't know about that.
Who put me out, bro? I got people now. Hey, I was cooking. All right. Yeah, good.
I love how they were just charging him there. Yo, that black guy who's new to the community, I love him. I love this guy. I love him. I honestly love him now. He's awesome.
Welcome back, scum.
So you're.
Do you just say welcome back, scum?
Welcome back, scum.
You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're just a bitch. Even if he's saying this in a friendly voice, this guy's a fucking asshole. I don't even know if he's trying to hide the fact that he's a bully.
So your argument is that live action
My
is
argument
better?
is that it's both more impactful and it's cooler.
It's cooler?
Yeah.
In what way? I want to know why before I get into it.
I would rather look at a real life person than an animated person.
Then again, your accusation is just an opinion. And once again, this is just another topic where you're trying to make your opinion sound like facts.
As I said earlier, I would rather see a fight scene in real life than in anime.
So you'd rather look at a, you'd rather watch a movie, you'd rather watch Pedro, you'd rather watch Pedro Pascal. And
Pedro Pascal has, oh wait, that's his name? Where have I seen that guy before? I want to say he's the guy that plays in a FNAF movie, but I'm not sure. I think he is. Has participated in over 45 plus unique roles across all media.
in the same movie role 10 times over, then seeing something with complete originality, with limitless budget and creativity.
I think there is
there is so much more to animation than meets the eye. The themes, I'm just gonna say, let me the themes are way more clear in anime.
Bro, we're having a good conversation.
The themes in anime are way more clear. Just look at Attack on Titan, One Piece.
Dude, the background's so damn loud, it's almost hard to hear him.
Just let me have one more point. You also have to go beyond just live action, like you prefer it. Just look at Hollywood. Maybe 30 years ago I'd agree with you, right? But right now, it's just recycled sequels and movies.
Ooh, he makes a good point though. Cause even there's a film theory video about talking about why there's a lot of just live action remakes of Disney movies. Cause guess what? These places don't care to make any originality. They're just doing it just to recycle content to make more money. Even if that means trying to push out to get more people into their fandom and stuff. He makes a good point. There's way more originality in anime than there has ever been in Western media for the last few years. Excuse me. He played Joel from The Last of Us live action. I haven't seen that. Played in Fantastic Four. I talk about like the old Fantastic Four. If it was the old Fantastic Four, I barely remember the old Fantastic Four. I don't think it was in the old Fantastic Four. I'm not sure. But if you're talking about like the recent Fantastic Four, I have not seen the recent Fantastic Four in the new age of Marvel.
Regulated
But I will take your word for it because
when you go to
that's
anime,
probably true.
let's say you don't like something, right?
Then new? Okay. So I'm just going to take your word for it. I haven't seen either of those, but I will take your word for it.
Let's say something doesn't resonate with you. You can just go on to the next. And that has just as much creativity and originality and passion, right? Because, listen, with a Hollywood movie, people will go see a Leonardo DiCaprio movie despite it being bad.
Having a popular actor like Leonardo DiCaprio as the main star can help a movie attract more viewers and boost earnings by 25%. That's true.
Hollywood movie, people will go see a Leonardo DiCaprio movie despite it being bad or good, just because his face is on the poster.
And that's true. That's 100% true. Because like, literally, live action movies are not better than anime. There are certain actors in live action movies that carry the live action franchise, and that's the truth. It's not that the live action is better, but the actors carry, like some of these actors just carry the storyline the perfect way. And that's the truth. It's because the actors that those live action movies are good, but they're not better than anime.
But with anime, you don't get to see that face. You don't get to see who's behind the voice.
Well, okay, so Gianni got voted out and then he won 5 more minutes? No, here, wait, finish your point. I'm
just saying.
That's a good point. Like, wait, this other guy got voted up, but he got 5 more minutes.
Well, okay, so Gianni got voted out and then he won 5 more minutes? No, here, wait, finish your point.
I'm just saying, the people behind anime try harder.
at these points, I can at least say he's being nice because he's helping someone out to get more time to talk out while the others are not letting him. So I'm gonna give him this point, but that doesn't make me think that he's not a bully. I still think he's a bully.
To create something that resonates with a person because of the limitations they have, because it's behind animation. And that's why I say animation is better. Just look at Avatar: Last Airbender. That is not anime, but it's animation.
I love you! I love you! I love you so much! Fuck yes! It had to be said eventually! It had to be said! Yes! Everybody Loves Hammer is not anime! It's not! It is inspired by anime. It's inspired by it. It may seem like it, but it's not anime. It's a cartoon.
And that's why I say animation is better. Just look at Avatar: Last Airbender. That is not anime, but it's animation. Just look at Attack on Titan.
Ethan.
It was constructed in a certain way to encapsulate viewers because you don't know anything about these characters. But with live action movies, you recognize an actor.
I'm not even gonna lie. Look, I'm not even gonna lie. He cooked with that. Because look at the biggest problem in Hollywood over the past few years has been the ample amount of remakes and sequels and adaptations. And you're
Is he actually gonna finally admit that he lost? Debating, like I said earlier, debating is not about winning or losing, but this guy is just not trying to allow to say that, oh, that guy had a point. He's just been deflecting good points. Or at least in my perspective, he's been deflecting good points this whole entire time. Choreography film is such choreography. Hold up, I can barely see what you said. Let me look at my laptop. Choreography in films such as Tony and Gia, Race Presents, Muay Thai in the movie On the Back, which is cool. I don't know, I haven't seen that movie, but that sounds good. I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen that movie, but I'll take your word for it.
It's happening because they know they can make money off that. And anime, that's right. People have the budget for that creative freedom. And that's a fair point. I still think I would rather watch a live action movie, but that's a really great point about the creative.
Do you need a free and
Shiza. And
freedom.
A lot of these live action people are just relying on like well-known actors to make a quick buck rather than try to be creative with it and find actors who can like be actually better suited for the role than these well-known actors.
All right, thank you. I got voted out, but I just needed to say my piece. All right, screw you. All right, but thank you.
I love that end. Screw you.
Hello again. Welcome back. So I just want to clarify before I start. Your argument is live action will always be better than animation as a whole, correct?
I'm arguing that it...
Oh, no, he did say that because it says on the top. Well, it will always be better than an animation? No. We're already entering that era where basically anime is better and it's continuously being better than live action.
It looks cooler and it is more impactful.
All right, so with that...
No, but you said live action will always be better than anime or animation. This what you said.
In mind, I'm not going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give you a fact here. Are you familiar with Hamlet at all?
Right.
The Shakespeare story?
Play. Yes.
Well, if you look commercially, if you look at critic scores, the best version of Hamlet that has been put on film is Lion King. And that's not my opinion. That's based on the gross domestic money earned. It's earned by the amount of reviews. So in that case, that's not even me arguing the opinion. I don't have to. People have already done it. You see, the thing about animation is you're able to capture certain stories in a way that allows for an expressive way that doesn't, how do I put this?
And it's funny you use Lion King as the example as a story that made more impact as anime, because I would actually disagree that Lion King has had a much greater impact as a...
Has been overused. I can't say it's been having more impactful. It has been overused. That's the truth about Lion King, and I gotta say right now, Lion King has a good impact, but it has been overused. It's been overused. I'm not gonna sit here and let you say that it has a bigger impact The only reason why it has such a big impact is it's been used consistently. It's literally one of their main breadwinners. You don't think Disney gonna try to reuse it just to make more money? It's not that the fact that it has a huge impact. It's because it's been used way too many times. It's like how many times there's been like a Superman or Batman movie. Yeah, they have a huge impact. Why? Because it's been used so many fucking times. It's been reused. It's not that these Western things have a better impact than anime. It's because they've been reused a lot to the part that they have a huge impact. So Lion King is not a good example for this. Lion King has just been reused so many times that it now have a gigantic impact. If it wasn't reused as much, it would still have an impact, just not as big as you think. But Lion King, it was filmed in 1994. It's a 1994 film that was made off of that made $979 million and wait. Oh no, it was made with $979 million, but it grossed and made up $6.2 billion, which is basically over 10 times the amount that they used. Which, again, also that's a family-friendly movie that's also mainly just watched by kids, bro. Big impact. How about it's just a kids movie that's been passed down for generations. It's just been reused. It's not that there's a huge impact. We haven't even gotten to the part where Naruto or One Piece and stuff can be reused and stuff. And whenever they do, they'll probably have a way more bigger impact than Lion King ever had. And I might be saying that, but hey, it's my estimate. I think something like Naruto, One Piece, and Dragon Ball, and even Bleach can have way bigger impact one day than Lion King will ever touch. Give me a second. There's someone like nearby that wants my attention, and I'm just gonna hear them out right now. So give me 1 second, chat. Okay, chat, I'm back. Newer films now heavily rely on actors and IPs filmed back in the day, such as what? Oh wait, I've been tapped on the wrong thing. Let me give me a sec. Such as Blood Sports has different fighting styles from different cultures, but that's the past now, Sally. See, that's what I'm saying. This guy's basically talking from old like a old head's perspective. Yeah, you can talk about Lion King, but that's because it's been reused, and we already mentioned it now. Western live action or animation has been reused so much times. Why know how it's been impactful? Because it's been reused so many times that newer generations see it. It's not because the story is so good that it's extremely impactful. It's because they are so bad at they're so terrible at making new original content in this new era so far, because it's all just been remakes. They've shown that they are not good at making newer content. And it's probably because all Western content has done is just retold the stories that has been out there before movies, before the internet, before movies and existed. Back when it's just books, or before even probably books existed, these stories existed. It's not because like they have a huge impact, but that's because they've been passed down from generations. We haven't really seen a new original idea. Bro, it ain't that old, twin. You talk about The Lion King?
Broadway.
Lion King is
show
very
has
old, I
film
could
music
say,
where it
at
keeps
least.
getting seen
It's older
more
than
and more.
me.
That is
It's way older than
arguably
me, I can
a
say.
live action version
of an animated film that people continue to experience.
If you're gonna
so is
argue
it
to
really
me-
just all anime that is the reason Lion King has been so impactful, or
If
is it
you're
live
arguing to
action
me
and anime?
that the Broadway musical of Lion King has been seen more than the film, I can go pull up the stat. I know that's not true. Of Lion King has been
so impactful, or
if
is it
you're
live
arguing to
action
me
and anime?
that the Broadway musical of Lion King has been seen more than the film, I can go pull up the stat. I know that's not true. And I was a theater kid. I loved the Lion King Broadway show. However, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's gotten more views, it's gotten a better critical reception, because at the end of the day, it didn't. The
My
original
point is
one-
more though in your one example.
Deflecting again. It's like, my point is, he's not even trying to, witness that he's making a good point. It's like, my point is, let me just shove off what you just say because you're making a good point and making me look bad. He's only, and I know he's doing that. He's only once in a while saying like, oh, he's cooking because I don't. One, he's trying to not be narrow-minded, saying like that person's cooking, and also because like he doesn't want to seem like the bad guy.
Anime being incredibly impactful, it still has played a role, live action and both,
Alright.
and people love still seeing that great story. It was such a great anime story, right? That people had to see it in person.
So let
to
me
make
give you
it
a
better.
second example then, because you're saying I'm going off of one. How about this? There has not been a Spider-Man film that has been more commercially successful than Into the Spider-Verse. That has been better received.
Wait a sec. Hold on, I need to look this up. How ratings for the Spider-Verse. Okay, large and stuff. 5,925 ratings. Okay. Spider-Man 1 ratings, I gotta say. Wait, what? Oh, it does have less people rating on it. It does have a less rating. That's way less people
by
is
critics
talking
than
about
Into
it.
the Spider-Verse. Okay. Both of which was done because, unfortunately, a human being cannot swing around like Spider-Man like an animation
That's
can.
fine. They animated Lord of the Rings in the 20th century, right? No one watches that because they made live action versions of that are the most epic movie trilogy ever.
We're
right?
also talking about the studio with the budget of a ham sandwich who made it. We're not talking about someone like
Budget of a ham sandwich who made it.
Sony, someone like Disney, who, if they were to get the rights to do it, I'm sure would be better. Let's also look talking about Lord of the Rings.
He's not. Wait, that's not wrong. Isn't like these are say people who had like a horrible budget, so the animation probably wasn't the best,
Who, if they were to get
or maybe the live action wasn't the best,
rights
nonetheless.
to do it, I'm sure would be better. Let's also look talking about Lord of the Rings. The most recent Amazon series, which was live action, didn't do very good commercially. Are you going to say that because of that one I think might arguably be actually lower reviewed than the original animation? So now we're back to the animation did better than the live action version.
Well, no. With the trilogy is obviously the most successful, whether it's The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings.
Can you think of another one that started as a animation that did better in live action? Because we can go to Disney. Let's see, Snow White did better as the animation. Aladdin did better as the animation. Beauty and the Beast did better as the animation. So we're seeing time and time again that when a story is starting as an animation, it's getting converted over to live action, it's clearly not doing as good. You can say you like the film, you can say, oh, I personally thought it was better, but at the end of the day,
I can say that I liked the live action of Atlanta, but it was not better than the the animated. I can say that for a fact.
if we're using facts and facts alone, the critics are saying that that is objectively better based on average reviews. And if we're going off of real income, those movies, the animations have made more than the live
That's
action
fine, but if you
versions.
go and look up the top 100 shows or top 100 movies of all time, you're probably not seeing much anime on there. And I think that's important to consider when we're talking about the impact of these shows versus anime versus not in the broad scheme of things.
I know we're talking about anime, but seriously.
Time's up.
I think that's good. I'm getting tired, man. Good point, though. Our last topic is anime will never be mainstream.
3.
It already is, bro. It already is. Anime is already mainstream, bro. You say, oh, it won't ever be mainstream. Then you're then from my perspective on this world, you are rejecting reality itself right now. Because anime is mainstream, or basically, excuse me, it's starting to be mainstream enough to start to be called mainstream. Any way you say it is either a baby in a mainstream or is firmly in mainstream. Nonetheless, anime is mainstream. No matter what you want to say. No matter what you want to say, anime is mainstream.
2, 1.
Damn, bro. Bro, move the whole damn table.
Welcome back.
With you again. Good. Why do you think anime will never be mainstream, even though I kind of think it already is?
See, he's telling the truth right there. This guy's literally just rejecting reality. If he's gonna say anime is not ever gonna be mainstream, then you're literally rejecting the reality in the world we're living in right now, because it literally is.
Anime will never be mainstream. Again, let's go back to what we were talking about last time. When we talk about some of our most famous shows and most impactful pieces of cinema and film and television, not necessarily anime. At least they're far in the minority, right? That's one factor. Two, I think it goes back to a lot of the rest of our conversation we've had, that the anime community, while it is big and expansive, it's isolated. And because of that,
And there's some reason to it. Should I touch on them? I don't know. There are some reasons that it's been isolated, and it's not because of the, Japanese culture, not because of the anime culture. It's because of closed-minded people like you, bro, that are hating on anime for no reason. It's people like you, you're closing it off because you're being narrow-minded. And there's even a group of people I know, but I don't know if I want to say it, because I don't know, it might spark a lot of people to shit talk me, or like, oh wait, should I give the hot take? Maybe. It's because of us. It's because of, let's say, the conservatives in America. Those type of people is there are the reasons. One of the reasons why you could say that it's been isolated, because people like them and you could be like basically demonizing anime for no reason. Is the reason why being isolated, because you're bullying it. You're not giving it a chance at all. You're narrow-minded. That's why.
Would argue that it can't be a mainstream topic.
I can go in reverse and say that although you may think it's isolated, it's kind of expanding ever so slightly, and in many ways even. Now, conventions, of course, being hosted here and there are many more niche events other than just conventions being hosted now in different areas, such as like nightclubs and stuff. They kind of have like...
Cosplay nightclub started, wow. Actually, cosplay nightclub sounds badass, actually. Cosplay nightclub started becoming popular in the early 2010s, especially in Japan, where themed clubs began hosting events for fans to dress up and socialize. That's awesome.
Nights dedicated to like anime.
But then again, why do you have a picture of someone cosplaying as Jinx from shit, what's it called again? I forgot the name, but it's that League of Legends animation. That's not an anime. That's an animation. I forgot what the name of the animation is called. That League of Legends TV show. But I'm gonna say at the bottom right now, I don't know why that image is there. Maybe because it's one of the few images that's taken. But Jinx is from that one animation based Arcane. Yes, thank you. Arcane. I'm gonna see this right now, and it makes it very clear. Arcane isn't anime. It's not. It's just like Avatar: Last Airbender. It may be similar to have inspiration and stuff, or maybe the art style may look similar and stuff, but Arcane is not anime. It's not.
Or again, more kind of...
And I've seen Arcane. I've watched the full... I think I watched the first season. I don't know if there's like 1 or 2 seasons that I watched already and just waiting for the third one, or I don't know if I just watched the first season and I'm still waiting for the second season, or maybe the second season really came out. I'm not sure. It kind of is. It kind of is not. No, it's not. Arcane is not anime.
Do people who are not part of the community attend these events, though?
Because guess what? It doesn't fall in a category of what makes anime. Like I said, the animation, if you want to say the animation or art style looks similar to anime, you can say that, but then again, we can argue Avatar: Last Airbender it's the same thing, and Avatar: The Last Airbender is a cartoon and it's not anime. And therefore, for the same logic and other parts of logic, Arcane is not an anime. It's not. It's not at all an anime.
I feel like it's mutuals. I feel like possibly yes, because what would happen is a lot of fans will go and be like, "Oh, I got a friend. We'll bring them along," and they may as well just put them on that.
Let's put
But
it
in the
this way.
sense of-
I got a lot of friends here who enjoy anime. I don't think I've ever been invited to go to an anime event with any of them. So
Are you fun at parties?
invited to go.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy is pretty boring, and also he seems like an old head and a young body. So is he fun at parties? Who knows?
I got a lot of friends here who enjoy anime. I don't think I've ever been invited to go to an anime event with any of them. So
Are you fun at parties?
That's a bomb. Damn, that's a huge roast.
Alright, you got me.
But I got you. Okay, there we go. But I will say that it is.
I'm wearing a.
Yeah, my fault, gang. It's what up? It's a show from America. See, I've been watching anime for around a half decade or more, or even longer since I've watched Studio Ghibli movies. I can pretty much tell what counts as anime. It's fine. I understand. It's fine. I'm glad you did your research. In case if I was wrong, you could have proven me wrong. But thank you.
All right, I'm wearing a suit to debate people about anime. Do you think I'm fun at parties?
He's roasting himself. Honestly, I gotta give him props. He's roasting his own self. That's kind of funny.
Well, some people got a little fun shirt on the bottom. What you got underneath?
All right,
Well, some people got a little fun shirt on the bottom. What you got underneath?
All right, Play that game, dog.
But I will say though, it is plenty mainstream enough. I mean, let's start big. Let's go with the Vegas Sphere. As of recently, actually, there's been a lot of footage that.
The Las Vegas Sphere featured One Piece on June 2024 to celebrate its 25th anniversary to promote the anime worldwide. Wait, why did I not know about this? Dude, that's a huge feat for anime. That's actually, I don't know if you guys understand. That's a giant milestone for anime. That's awesome. That's really good. That's awesome. I didn't know about that. I didn't know that happened last year, but that's awesome. So anime is from Japan or translated cartoon in America. Cartoons are cartoon like the Avatar. I don't think anime translates to something. It's like saying sushi. Sushi just means you want to know what sushi how Japan says sushi, what the word for sushi is? It's just sushi. Some words, because let me tell you, there's some words from different languages. You don't just change the word and stuff, and there's a whole different translation, like there is for colors, or like a pencil, or like a PC or something, or like a mask or a mic. So I'm pretty sure anime doesn't translate to cartoon. Because if that was true, I would have found that out way faster. Google Translate. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Don't use Google Translate. Trust me. I have my fair share of experience with Google Translate, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not reliable at all. Google Translate is not reliable. It's not. It's not.
They've been promoting a One Piece on that insanely.
It's reliable sometimes, though. Let me correct myself. Sometimes they're reliable, but mass majority of the time, it's not reliable, and I've said that with experience.
I mean, I think every few hours in the day, they'll play a promo featuring a different character each time, and I think it was 90-something scenes at once, at the same time, kind of spiraling around it. I mean, that's the Vegas Sphere. That's already a big thing enough. And that's not enough for you. Irvine Spectrum recently had a...
Irvine Spectrum held a Gundam Pop event from February 15th to March 16, 2025, featuring Gunpla merch and photo ops.
Collab with Gundam, and they kind of had this whole like timeline Gundam verse. And I'd gone there myself about 2 times. Dude, it was packed all the time. People kind of lining up for the event.
And why? Because anime's mainstream at this point. And people who don't watch anime may want to reject that and don't want to, because they might be anime haters or out of ignorance they trash talk it because maybe they have bad influence and stuff. Anime translates to anime translate to manga in Japanese. Well, I mean that's interesting considering anime is just basically just a animated let's use English here. So basically anime is just basically a animated or animation version of manga. It's like how if you take like a comic book and make it into like a cartoon series or like a live action series, it's like the same process. I'm not saying that cartoons and anime are the same. I've said it multiple times, they're not. But I'm just saying that it's the same process. You take something from a book, make it into anime, like animation or animated and stuff, like you would say an anime or a cartoon and stuff. Or you would see like what happened. Take a book to a Google Translate. I just said earlier, don't use Google Translate, bro.
People buying.
Don't use
at
Google
early
Translate.
access, flying in from different states, and
for me, I've been just translating with ChatGPT, and I've just seen better results. I'm not saying to go ahead and use ChatGPT because I don't know what you'll get. I've never done it.
Recently for
because like I said, I don't think anime translates to anything because like anime is just like the word sushi. It doesn't translate. It's just a word that doesn't have another name for it in a different language.
Also coming alongside the movie that had come out recently for the new Gundam movie basically. And on the topic of movies as well, some anime movies have been nominated for Oscars. I'm not sure if they won or not, but being nominated for an Oscar is grand enough. I mean, that's a huge opportunity to win.
What's the cat movie called again? Flow. Yeah, that was nominated for. That won. Right?
It won.
That won.
It won. Wow, there you go. You see.
There you go.
You just proved my point.
And you know that happens, but few and far between, right? And look, I would love for anime to be able to have more wind in the creative space, but it just doesn't, right? You're talking about these events that probably a lot of people attend and are happening, but where are they being talked about? Where are they being covered? The point is, right?
I'm on punch this guy. This whole point is just saying, are they being talked about? Are they being talked about? Are they being talked about by every pussy and penis in the world? Bitch, just because it's not being talked about in your little social circle doesn't make it not mainstream. Because, bro, you don't seem like you're in a circle full with anime nerds and stuff. Of course, it might not be mainly talked about because they're probably not just gonna go out way to look for it. Dumb bitch.
Someone who's like me isn't seeing this on the main front page of the New York Times. I'm not seeing it in.
New York Times has published articles about anime on a few occasions, most notably on February 24th, 2021. It did, although not make the front page. But again, these are small feats that, and guess what? There has been stuff like maybe Star Wars that hasn't made huge feats at first. This just showing that anime, like I said, is either a baby in mainstream or it's already in it. Like I said earlier before they started doing this topic. Anime is the abbreviation of animation in Japanese. Yeah, and I heard that in the past by a white bitch. When I say white bitch, I'm talking about ChatGPT. Okay, let's just not use AI at this point because they're not saying it right. Anime is not just a abbreviated word for animation. Cause that's all. Then you could just say that fucking Despicable Me is anime, which literally it's not. It's not. So yeah. Okay, I'm back. Hi. What's there, Baggy? How you doing? But yeah, no. Anime isn't just an abbreviation for animation. That's not true.
Mainstream media. It's out there. But
That's why I say manga is like abbreviation of some bullshit thing, but no, that's not true. It's just it's a name of the media.
Okay, bet. That's all good. Thank you.
You did great.
Thank you guys.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, this time I'll actually shake your hand.
You
Okay,
shake my,
no, I will shake your hand this time because I think you did. You made some points, right? But
points.
I think anime is already mainstream because of one reason, right? What is the go-to streaming platform to like watch your shows? Like one of them.
Netflix.
Yeah, perfect. Netflix. And get
Wait, that's a good point. Basically, all this chat. I'm gonna say this right now. You guys can disagree with me if you have those platforms. Almost every single one, and I think it is every single streaming platform now, has anime. Even if it's just a big name like Naruto that a lot of them have. Every single streaming platform has anime, and that's truth.
Guess what was the third most watched show of the entire year in 2023? I'm saying 2023 as the main example.
Sure. What was it?
One Piece, and it had 5.
Damn! In 2004, anime, and in 2004, anime was the most viewed genre on Netflix, notably One Piece and Demon Slayer.
500 million views. The live action.
One Pirate. Yep. Is it manga like I don't know something like where it's stories? I've never heard of that before. That doesn't I don't know, but that doesn't sound right because I never heard of that before. I feel like for the years I've known anime, I probably would have heard that at some point, or at least because I've already heard the argument about like, oh, anime is just short form version of animation, which is not true.
Action one. Okay, but everyone knows the live action. But right, how is that not mainstream enough if it's the third most watched show of the entire year?
One Piece is a mainstream piece of media. I'm not gonna.
And anime. What is One Piece? It's anime.
Wait!
Third most watched show.
Wait, Chi Lee just contradicted himself right then and there.
Of the entire year.
One Piece is a mainstream piece of media. I'm not gonna.
Yes, it is. And what is One Piece?
And anime. What is One Piece? It's anime.
It's an anime, right? But it doesn't mean that.
Dude, see, he's right. This guy hates admitting that they made a point. He literally, this animator, out of his own mouth, just said that One Piece is mainstream and One Piece is anime. Therefore, his claim that anime will never be mainstream is debunked via his own words. He just said it through his own mouth that anime is mainstream, even though if it's one show. That still counts. He debunked his own argument. Therefore, why are you still talking? It's like the anime story. Oh.
It doesn't mean that. It's an anime, right? But it doesn't mean that.
It's mainstream. Like what? Okay, I'll do another.
Cause yes, it's major. Cause this, he's like, but he's struggling, cause he wants to prove it wrong. But the fact is, did he be trying to gaslight people and lie that he didn't say himself through his own words that anime is mainstream. Therefore, with his own words, he just literally contradicted his whole point of this whole topic.
Another point, okay? Look, every single time. Are you guys done? Wait, give me 1 more second.
The problem is, hey. This is the problem with the anime community right now.
No way! Hey, every single time. Are you guys done? Like what? Okay, I'll do another point, okay? Look, every single. It's mainstream. Like what? Okay, I'll do another point, okay? Look, every single time. Are you guys done? Wait, give me 1 more second.
The problem is, hey. This is the problem with the anime community right now.
No way! No!
He's like, oh, that's the problem with it. If someone just said like, oh, you just insulted him now, bro. It's like, oh, that's the problem with the anime. It's like, I'm really just gonna get up here and really just gonna bitch slap this bro. Just be like, do you know how many people outside the anime does that to you, dumb fucking bitch? You dumb bitch. Do you know how many people like? Oh, that's a problem with anime. Insulted. Dude, kids insult. The hell you mean? That has nothing to do with anime. No. Shut your trap. No. Pipe down, bro. Pipe down. Shut it. Here's this boy. Excuses. Just excuses. One Piece is majority One Piece is majority mainstream in Japan. Fun fact. And also, Japan is where anime originated. What's your point? Then you could say that Star Wars is mainstream in America or majority in America, and because Star Wars was made in fucking America. Though you can actually fact check. I mean, I'm just spouting some shit right there. I actually don't know if that's true, but it feels like Star Wars is probably just majority mainstream in USA. Because why? Because it was made in USA. Duh. I wonder. Maybe something that was created in a certain country. Maybe it's like more popular in that certain country. I wonder. Yeah.
This is the problem with the anime community right here.
You didn't even let me finish. You went off stage. That's crazy. You even want to hear it.
All right.
We don't hear because you just making excuses at that point. That wasn't even a point. You're just trying to shit talk again, bro. Why are you just gonna sit there? Because you're just backtracking. You're not trying to learn at all. You're not trying to listen, bro. What do you mean? What do you even mean?
All right, next person up in 3, 2.
Spit me some words of wisdom, Unk. If you're trying to ask me, wait, why call me Unk, bro? Nah. But if you're like asking for, like words of wisdom off the bat, I can't just like say, I don't know what even be considered words of wisdom right now. But like I've been philosophical on my content more than once before. And if you want to stick around and watch my content, and you know, become a loyal fan, you can eventually see me be philosophical because I've been there. I dropped some heavy stuff before.
I'm gonna bring up the point that I'll do it myself. Anime is actually already mainstream, and so to go off Aiden's point,
if that ain't facts, I don't know what is, honestly.
He uses Netflix, right? It's not actually just Netflix. It's Hulu. It's Disney.
Hulu, Disney Plus. There's Peacock. What else? I'm actually, you know what, really well, guys. I'm blanking on names right now. Okay, I need you guys right now to do some research. But other streaming platforms have anime because I know there's more. I'm just blanking right now. I'm blanking on them. The One Piece, the anime is projected to grow from $6 billion to $12 billion in 8 years from major streaming platforms. Gorgeous, yes, gorgeous.
Plus, it's almost every big streaming company right now is fighting for the rights to get anime.
And that's facts, cause why they want the piece of the pie that anime is making. And it's gonna keep growing. It's just gonna keep growing.
Right, so you saying that it'll never be mainstream, it's made huge movement to becoming mainstream, and I would argue that it still actually is mainstream right now. I could also bring up the point that you have major, you said you don't see like anime on a day-to-day basis, but you have major companies right now that will do collaborations to promote their brands using animation or anime. For example,
notable collabs: LV x One Piece. Oh, Louis Vuitton x. Wait, what? Louis Vuitton did a collab with One Piece. I wasn't aware. 2023, Gucci x Pokemon. Honestly, I kind of saw Pokemon. Actually, to be honest, wait. If we're gonna use something like that, for example, McDonald's, guys. You know, remember how many times we've seen Pokemon at McDonald's, guys? Guys, remember? Wait, doesn't matter how old you are, McDonald's, at this point, McDonald's has collabing with Pokemon so many times that no matter how old you are, you must have seen it at least once. At least once. It's, like, honestly, NBA X Demon Slayer. I've never heard NBA did that. Actually, then again, I don't follow basketball. To be honest, I don't follow basketball. F1. I don't know what F1 is. X and XD. Oh, that must be. Oh, okay. That must be some type of like car game or something to do with cars. I'm not
The
very deep in
Lakers,
cars
right? The
either.
Lakers did a
I think cars are
collab with
cool,
One
but I'm
Piece. I
not
would
like
say that
I'm
that's,
not
like,
invested in cars
pretty
hugely.
standard, like like everybody knows the Lakers. You have big companies like Nike, Vans, many more. Designer brands, I'm pretty sure, have done anime collab.
One Piece X NBA was goated. Ah. Wait, One Piece also collaborated with NBA? See, that's what I'm saying. And legit, I'm gonna say it, even though it annoys me a lot seeing that One Piece is still growing massive, at least from just thinking for anime a whole, I'm not like, cause I wish there were some other animes that just pop off more than One Piece, but I'm actually thankful for One Piece because One Piece, agree or disagree, but because it's still growing and the story is still going on and it's still growing fandom and it's the most massive fandom of all anime, because of One Piece has literally helped anime become more and more and more mainstream. Just like, for example, how Grow Garden is helping Roblox blow up more and more. And like how Dress in Person has helped Roblox blow up more and more. That's just an example. Basically, of like one part of like franchise helping it grow a lot. One Piece is honestly helping it grow like a ton. LeBron's solos the One Piece.
Collaborations, I would argue that in itself.
Where are you? I'm right here. I don't know if you see me. I'm not just AI, bro. I'm here. I can't just make water pop in my hand. I'm not AI, bro. I'm here. The One Piece verse. Oh, you think LeBron can like take down the whole One Piece verse? That's more fan fiction than reality. I'm not gonna lie.
Mainstream.
That is mainstream.
I'm not even a huge One Piece fan, but that's just fan fiction, bro.
Yeah, but you got mad and left. It's the best argument I've heard.
Is mainstream.
That is mainstream, and it's the best argument I've heard so far. Yeah, but you got mad and left.
That's because you insulted him, you dickhead. Oh, that's because you got mid and left, bro. You insult him, bro. They're just being silent about it, but you have insulted them multiple times, way more than they even did a tiny jab at you. You've been insulted way more.
So you lost. Anyway, problem is, you guys can have as much attention and be in the mainstream as you want, but you're still a weird, isolated community. Mainstream as you want, but
see, he's being mean right there. Because he's using the word weird in a negative way, bro. What the hell?
You're still a weird, isolated community.
Nice to meet you from India. Oh, thank you. If you're into anime, make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Community. You're all still in your anime bubble. You're all still just there, right? Okay.
And you're just in your bubble. You're not. You're refusing to recognize them. You're in your own little bubble. You're just a small boy in your own little bubble, bro. Just your own little bubble, just like that.
Still each other off.
I don't know what the hell.
Anime bubble. You're all still just there, right? Okay. You're all still each other off and whatever.
See, if they insulted him, he'd be getting defensive, be like, "Oh, I'm the victim, bro." You're literally just. How can we just not point out that he's literally just actively just insulting them consistently, and insulting anyone who's watching that's an anime fan? Bro, you're just a bully. You're literally just a bully. I've said that a million times in this live stream, and I'll say a million more.
Curb down the obscenities. Curb down the obscenities.
And because of the way the community is perceived outside of the community, it's just.
Buy a face mask because I don't want to show my face on camera. That's literally it. I don't want my face on the camera. That's all. I have other reasons. I just can't think of them at the moment. But I don't want to show my face on the camera. Okay.
It's
It's just my
difficult for
personal
someone like me to be
preference,
like,
okay?
oh yeah, those people have a lot of influence over culture.
Okay.
Because
Also, why would you need my face in the first place?
I
It
would
won't
say
change
they don't.
anything.
Yeah. So, I mean, you brought up some pretty extreme points there. What I will say to those points, those are the like very extreme. But just because something is perceived to be weird to you doesn't mean that
It's
it
not
can't
about
be.
it being perceived weird to me. It's about
Yeah, but you make it the way you're talking about it and saying like, oh, it's weird. You're literally verbally painting it in a negative way. You may not acknowledge it that you are, but you're literally actively doing that.
about how those perceptions, which are widespread and matter, affect the way everyone else engages with it, right? I wish it was more like that. All right, thank you, everyone. Disclaimer, I actually don't hate anime. I just don't watch it. But thank you, everyone.
Wait a sec. Then oh my god! I think I just been played. I think this guy played me. Wait, then this guy probably wasn't a bully at all. He was just acting mean just for content wise. Damn.
Everyone for coming. It was a great debate.
He doesn't hate anime, but he just doesn't watch it.
I actually don't hate anime. I just don't watch it. But thank you, everyone, for coming. It was a great debate.
I gotta say, you played an amazing role as a hater because you just seem like a bully. Your eyes are beautiful. Oh, thank you. I actually rarely get complimented about my eyes. I still have one memory of getting a compliment of my blue eyes back in middle school. So that's thank you. That means a lot actually.
Still looking for a new job?
Shiza. That was amazing. Banned and wait, the most disturbing movies in history, Iceberg. Why does it have a Asian girl in a maid outfit? Why is that disturbing? 20 cosplayers versus one weeb. I need a wait, hold up. Chat.
Hi, I'm Nana.
I'm not gonna watch it right now.
I'm Max, and welcome.
I'm not gonna watch that right now. I just had to hit the like button.
I'm Nana.
I'm just right now putting there, and we'll react to that in the future. Just not right now, okay? But I feel like that's something that I want to react to. Alright. Alright, chat. If you're new, make sure to like, subscribe, and share for more reaction content. That's only based on like anime or anything about anime. But if you want to see more than just anime reactions, I do have a reacting type of channel called Spirit or Reacts. So go check it out if you want to see more than just anime reactions. But hey, if you want to see more, make sure to drop that sub and hit the like button. It helps a lot. And also drop a comment. Anything else you would love to see that's anime related that you want to see my perspective on it. And I'll see you guys next time. Much love to you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. TTYL. Kunbanamwa and TRSI and sweet dreams. Okay, later on. I'd be proud. Wait, be proud, Unk. Be proud, bro. Stop emphasizing Unk, bro. Stop. I'm not an Unk. You notice, your 3 fans. You look, your channel. I notice everyone who talks in my chat. Okay, but I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Let me try to get some outro music. Just like basically like Cypher will be fine enough. Hold up. Please don't have an ad. 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 I'll just let it play a little bit and then we'll be done. Please don't have an ad. Thank you.